Ukraine. Enjoy the film.
أصعب لحظة في الدنيا إنك أنت تنتظر الموت.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله.
في مشايخ انا كلمتهم قالوا ده انت ربنا اختارك على اساس تنفذ كلمه الله في الارض.
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله
هو الحاكم بس ما يتعدمش.
لا يتعدم.
على اولاده زي ما حرق
اسماعيل
على شهيد مات.
ماما انا فاهمك حاجه
انت عشان اقول لك ان مبارك بيشوف ولادهم هم بتعدموا
عايز تقلب
اكتر ما يتعدم.
حاجه على اللي مات.
عم الحاج حسين 16 سنة وأنت منفذ لحكم الإعدام. أنا كنت عايزة أعرف يعني إزاي اتدربت وإزاي يعني وصلت لإنك تكون منفذ لحكم الإعدام.
العملية دي يا ستي بتيجي بالتدرج. الإنسان بيخش العمل ده لأن عمل ماهوش عادي، يعني عمل يعني جامد شوية، فبيقعد 10 سنين أو 7 8 سنين على ما بيتدرج في المواقف اللي بتحصل قدام مع الرئيس اللي هو معاه لحد ما بيوصل للمكانة ديت، أو بالمعنى الأصح إن هو لما الرئيس بتاعه بيخلص بيدربه المدة دي كلها، لأنه عمل غير غير عادي يعني. فالسبع 8 سنين على ما نوصل ان هو ينفذ حكم الاعدام في مصر.
يعني حضرتك اتدربت لمدة 7 8 سنين
8 سنين
عملي.
في
شهادات معينة
لا
بتاخدها؟
مفيش شهادات، بتبقى على الطبيعه. مش بيحصل مواقف مع الرئيس اللي انا شغال معاه، موقف مع موقف بيركب يعني كل التجارب ديت هي ده وهو دي الشهاده اللي هو بياخدها. لما بيحصل معاه اي دروب او اي حاجه في العمل اللي هو بيقوم بيه بيجيب بقى من الذاكره ان هو يتصرف ازاي. واحد تقيل، واحد صغير، واحد كبير كده يعني. فبتمر بالحالات ديت خلال ال8 سنين اللي هو بيتدرب فيهم. فبعد كده بيبقى هو ملم بالعمل ده، بيقوم بيه على اكمل وجه.
وعلى أي أساس بيتم اختيار عشماوي؟ يعني قوة شخصية، قوة بنية؟
قوة بنيان الأول والآخر، أو يعني أساسا قوة البنيان الأول، مع الإيمان، مع الراجل اللي عنده إيمان ومؤمن بالله وعنده إيمان بالله وعارف إن ده قصاص وعدل ربنا إن هو بينفذه. ما بيتهزش من حاجة، لأن هو المحكوم عليه بالإعدام طبعا هو بينفذ، ملوش دخل باللي قادر اللي حكم عليه، أو كان يستاهل أو ما يستاهلش، هو ده عمله. ما بيتاخدش او يقول لا ده مظلوم او ده، فبينفذ عمله. المشاعر والاحاسيس ديت ملهاش وجود عند منفذ الاعدام. انا لما اخش انفذ حاله اعدام ما ليه فيش مشاعر تتبال في الاحاسيس والمشاعر، بحيث ان هو يعني ما تاخدوش شفقه ولا رحمه. التوتر اللي عندي بيبقى عاوز العمل يكون سليم، ما فيش جرح، ما فيش خنق كده، وباخد شكر. يعني انا ببقى مبسوط لما باخد شكر على التنفيذ ويقولوا لي تسلم ايدك يا حاج حسين. ديت بتبقى عندي شهاده تقدير بحطها على صدري كل حاله. ولا ساعات بنفذ ب5 حالات و6 حالات في اليوم و10 حالات ساعات. فكل حاله لما تاخد عليها ثناء بتدي دفع. فهو ده عمل حضرتك ملوش دعوه بالمشاعر، بتلغي المشاعر والاحاسيس، بتتلغي المشاعر والاحاسيس منه.
لحظة الإعدام يا أسامة ممكن تحصل في أي لحظة. هل أنت بتقدر تنام طول الليل لأنه عارف إن الإعدام بيتم الساعة 7 الصبح؟ يعني إزاي بتعيش لحظة فترة الليل دي؟
أنا بشوف حضرتك وقت الإعدام بيبقى ليه يعني هو جريمة برضه، أو بتستحق تنفيذ عقاب أو تستحقش، دي مش هتكلم فيها، بس هو عموما يعني عقوبة قاسية جدا. أنا بحس إن اللي نازل ينفذ عقوبة الإعدام ده بيموت موت إكلينيكي قبل ما بينزل، لانه بيبقى مجرد فتحه الباب الساعه 3 بالليل او 4 بالليل والناس تنزل تاخد واحد، مش واخدين يفسحوه في الميلان، ده هم نازلين يموتوه. الموت الطبيعي بيجي داخل، فبقى خلاص واحد بيموت ما بقاش عارف ان هو يموت. انما مش معقول يعني انا عارف ان انا هموت.
هي العدل، هو عدل ربنا في الارض. وبعدين حضرتك في مشايخ انا كلمتهم يعني قبل ما اخش العمل ده، قالوا ده انت ربنا اختارك على اساس تنفذ كلمه الله في الارض، يعني ده يبقى اختيار، يبقى انت راجل مؤمن وربنا موفقك للعمل ده. كنت خايف من الاول يعني اشرح ازاي 624 واحد او اذكر 624 واحد لحد دلوقتي، ده يبقى انا كده اللي بيقتل واحد كان قاتل المسلمين، يبقى انا كنت واخدها كده بالطريقه دي الاول. لما سالت قالوا ده انت ربنا ياخد اختيار من ربنا عز وجل علشان خاطر تنفذ كلمه الله في الارض.
بتشوفهم لحظة الإعدام بس ما بتشوفهمش قبل المحكمة؟
لا ما اعرفش، هو ما شافونا هيدبوا فيا دلوقتي.
بتحط لهم القناع؟
لا القناع بس ساعتك القناع دوت، يعني هي في ناس بتقول القناع دوت علشان خاطر المظلوم، مش عشان خاطر اللجنه حضرتك اللي هي واقفه. المسؤول لما بينزل شكله بيتغير، فانا مش عايز الناس المسؤولين الكبار دول يشوفوا الوضع، يعني يشوفوا المنظر ده مع حضرتك، يعني ساعات من سنه بيطلع وعينها بتفرق كده، يعني مش عايز الوضع دوت. هم الناس اللي هي عايشه تشوف، فبتبقى ملمومه العمليه في الايه في الطاقيه دي، هي السمره ديت اللي هي المشهوره ديت بتاعتنا.
ولما بتقع تحت بتنزل انت
انا
تشيلها؟
بنزل بفكها او بفكه، وبجيب ايده بتاع الطب الشرعي يعني بنشوف النبض، لان النبض بيقعد حوالي من دقيقه لدقيقتين او 3 دقائق حسب قوه البنيان بتاع المعدومه. فلما كل مثلا راجل كبير ما بيقعدش، بيقعد دقيقه او نص دقيقه حتى، او بينزل بيخلص على طول ما فيش لا نبض، لان النبض ساعه ما بعمل عمليه فصل مفاجئ، فصل فقرات العنق مفاجئ. فطبعا الاجهزه كانت ماشيه زي ما هي، بيبقى فيه دم هنا طبعا لسه، فالدم ده بيغذي القلب وبيعمل زي العربيه، زي البطاريه بتاع العربيه اللي البنزين بيخلص، ساعه بيخلص الدم بيخلص النبض.
بتشوف عشماوي؟ شفته مرة قابلته؟
لا ما حدش بيشوفه غير ساعة التنفيذ بس.
شفتوش ولا مرة صح؟
لا بس أنا شفت الحجرة اللي فيها التنفيذ الإعدامي.
شفتها؟
اه.
إحساسك كان ازاي؟
كنت في تحقيق وكده كانت بتتنضف وكده.
إحساسك كان ازاي لما شفتها؟
هو أنا جسمي أشعر، بس كنت متأكد إن أنا يعني هرجع لها وهنفذ فيها، لأن أنا كنت متأكد إن أنا مش هختار، لأن المحضر معمول صح. فيعني كنت متأكد إن أنا هخش المكان دوت وهطلع منه لسه.
لو قالوا لك دلوقتي هتتشنق دلوقتي، ايه اللي هتطلبه؟
مش هطلب حاجة، هطلب ان ربنا يسامحني بس. هنطلب ايه تاني؟ خلاص هي الدنيا خلاص بعد كده مش عاوزاها، هنعمل احنا ما هو ده نصيبنا في الدنيا. بس
ايه طقوس ليلة الإعدام يعني؟
ليله الاعدام حضرتك ان انا باخد التعليمات من السيد مدير شؤون المسجونين حضرتك، اللي هو معاه القصه دي كلها اللي الورق بيجي عليه يعني هناك، فبيديني التعليمات، بيديني الاسماء وبيديني وانزل اخد الاوزان من الاداره الطبيه، لان مسجون الاعدام المفروض ان هو بيتوزن كل اسبوع، والميزان بيروح للمصلحه بحيث ان نبقى متابعين حالته، يعني متابعين حالته الجسمانيه. ما باخد الاوزان دي حضرتك انا ما يعني باخدش بيها، انا بشوف الراجل قدامي او الست، يعني بالمعنى يقول لك على ليله الاعدام لما بتجيب التعليمات ديت حضرتك خلاص انا خدت بقى وركزت بقى بركز. يعني ساعات مثلا واحده هنا مثلا هنا في المكان ده سن الاراضي، ممكن اسال واحده بتاعت بوسطه يعني بطريقه غير مباشر عشان افهم عنده كم واحده دلوقتي يا بنتي وبتاع وكلام زي كده، هم عارفين يعني ايه يا عم حسين؟ اقول لها لا ده ما فيش، ده انا بسال بعمل اسئله وبتاع، عندنا فلانه وعلانه وتركانه وفلانه ديت بطريقه غير مباشره هي بتنطق بتقول لي لا ده تخينه لا ده واخدها باخد المعلومه منها وبركز عليها. لما بركز عليها لما باجي بشوفها على الطبيعه ده بعمل حساب لا ده طويله شويه قصيره شويه كده، في 80 كيلو غير ال 80 الطوال غير ال 80 كده، يعني بنفس الطريقه دي. انا بقى ببقى كل شغل يعني تفكيري بعد ما باخد التعليمات في العمل اللي انا عايز اقوم بيه، لان عمل يعني مش سهل، عمل منفرد، وبعدين بتبقى كل العيون باصه للمنفذ وبعدين قيادات جامده، يعني قيادات ساعات ما تبقى مدير امن القاهره او هنا او اسيوط بيبقى واقف معانا. فطبعا لازم يعني بتبقى موقف يعني شديد. لما هو موقف شديد عايز اركز له واعمله على اكمل وجه. بيبقى التوتر عندي من ناحيه التنفيذ مش من ناحيه الراجل او الست او كده. عايز العمل اللي سعادتك قايمه بيه اهو تعمليه على بتبقى عندك برضه شويه مسؤوليات او توترات بالنسبه للعمل الاول او نفس العمليه بالظبط. عايز يكون يعني يتم على اكمل وجه. ده اللي بيبقى حسيسنا قبل العمل. بره بقى طبعا مثلا لما تكون زي واحده من هنا بيجي وقت الفجر استناها مثلا لما اشوفها وهي داخله خلاص ساعه شفتها عرفت وضعها ازاي وحبلها يبقى بالطريقه اللي في دماغي مع الخبره بقى مع الثمان سنين اللي هو التعليم وال 16 سنه اللي هم اللي بعرف ديت وبعرف بايه. دي كانت زي فلانه اللي كانت قبل كده اللي كانت كده وربنا بيوفق. وبعدين هو في الاول وفي الاخر توفيق من عند الله. برتب لها الحبل وبعمل لها بتنزل 10 سليمه 100% كانها نايمه. كسر فقرات العنق وكانها نايمه.
حاسة إن في أي لحظة ممكن ينفذوا فيك الإعدام؟
انا حكم اللي انا فيه ده بس بينامنيش خالص. يعني في مكان زي كده انا ما بنامش الليل. فنسأل على الله.
الواحد بيموت مع يعني خطوة الشاويش أو أي واحد معدي وكده بيموت مع الخطوة دي. الخطوة دي جاية يفتح عليا. مظلوم الإعدام مظلوم بكل المقاييس بغض النظر عن هو مذنب أو مش مذنب لأنه بينتظر الموت.
هل في فرق بين إعدام رجل وإعدام ست؟
طبعا. اقول لحضرتك الراجل حضرتك انا بتعامل مع المسجون الاعدام بتعامل مع العنق مع رقبته. يعني ماليش دعوه بالجسم كله. انا ساعات ببص على رقبته بشوف رقبته ديت يعني اتعامل معاها ازاي وضعها ايه. تخين يعني بيبقى راجل تخين قوي واخد بال حضرتك بتبص تلاقيه مثلا كان تعب شويه ولا بتاع تلاقي رقبته رفيعه. ده الخوف منه بخاف منه ده بعمل حسابه 1000 مره. ليه؟ لأن جسمه تقيل ورقبته مش هتستحمل. لأن أنا بستعمل نتش لأن مش أنا بشيله كده من رقبته. أنا بفتح ينزل الحبل بيأثر بينتشه. فلازم أعمل حساب النتشة ديت لازم تيجي مظبوط. لو جت قوية يبقى حضرتك بتفصل. ما جاتش يعني جت سليمة هي بتكسر يبقى على الجلد بس. يعني يبقى الحبل على الجلد. حصل ان هو انا اثرت له قوي خلي حضرتك بيتخنق. فلازم ديت يعني انا قصدي السياف بيبقى عارف اوله واخره ان هو بيجيب السيف وبيقطع خلاص انتهى الموضوع.
وبالنسبه لاعدام الست بقى بتبقى
اعدام الست حضرتك الست طبعا الست المصريه احنا عارفينها بطبيعتها ان هي بتبقى بتبص تلاقيها ساعه بتتجوز وبتاع تبص تلاقيها جسمها بقى اتملى. ده طبيعي ده شيء طبيعي. وبعدين بس بص رقبتها ضعيفه فبعمل حسابي معاها ربنا هو اللي يعني اللي بيصر يعني ساعات لما تكون تقيله شويه بتاع بركز على الركبه. بمعنى ايه؟ ان انا شغال على الايه؟ على نتشه الحبل. يعني انا بفتح ماليش دعوه لا بشد ولا بقى. لما بفتح التمرير حضرتك وهي بتنزل بتبقى النازله بسيطه عشان ما الطول بيدي نخعه اكبر يعني بنقول عليها كده بتدي شده اكبر شده يعني افظع من اللي هي اللي بتنزل على ركبها. لما بفتح التمرير بتنزل بتبقى المسافه بسيطه بتاعت ظهرها بس. اما لو كانت واقفه وفتحت التمرير من حضرتك الطول ده بيديها يعني بتبقى نازله. فبعمل حساب معاها واخد بال حضرتك. وساعات بنزلها على حبلين يعني واحده ست تخينه قوي عشان ما بهدلش في الست او كده. بنزلها على حبلين بمعنى ايه؟ ان انا بحط لها يعني بربطها من حبل وبنزلها واحده بحيث ما تتنتش واريحها على بس بتتعذب شويه يعني بتقعد مده شويه بس تبقى سليمه النازله سليمه ما فيش مشاكل يعني.
سهير لو قالوا لك لو لقيتهم بيفتحوا عليك الزنزانة وقالوا لك دلوقتي هننفذ الإعدام،
ايه راضية بقضاء ربنا.
وانت في طريقك للمشنقة نفسها.
انا قلت لحضرتك انا راضية بقضاء ربنا، لو ربنا كاتب لي الحكم ده انا راضية بيه الحمد لله.
طب لو قالوا لك يعني آخر حاجة انت عايزاها تطلبي ايه يعني؟
اطلب ايه؟ اطلب من ربنا يخلي لي بنتي يسترها معاها دنيا واخره ويكفيها طريق وحش بس.
3 سنين وانت لابس البدلة الحمراء وممكن يتنفذ فيك حكم الإعدام في أي لحظة، إحساسك إزاي وانت عايش الفترة دي كلها؟
حضرتك احساس ان في حد يعني في المكان اللي انا فيه دوت هيبقى عنده احساس، مفيش احساس خالص، احساس الموت على طول. من بعد صلاه العشاء مفيش حد بينام لحد الفجر مستني بقى ده هيتفتح عليه النهارده، لا ده هيتفتح عليه بكره، مستني على حسب.
لو قالوا لك حالا تعالى هننفذ لحظة الإعدام يعني هتعمل ايه؟
هبقى فرحان. لما انفذ وخلاص على طول احسن من الانتظار صعب. وبعدين انا مش منتظر واحد صاحبي جاي من سفر، انا منتظر ان انا اتعدم اللحظه والتانيه ان انا اتعدم. الانتظار صعب في اي حاجه، فما بالك بقى حضرتك في اللحظه ديت. فالواحد بيتمنى النهارده قبل بكره. فالحبسه دي انا خسرت فيها كل حاجه، خسرت اخويا وخسرت مراتي ووالدتي. اول ما اقدر افض التاني دوت ماتت، اتلسكت قبل العيد بيوم. فيعني خسرت كل حاجه في الحبسه دي. مش عارف بقى ازاي ان انا اقعد استنى. يعني لو انفذ دلوقتي احسن. وطالما الواحد يعني راضي بقضاء ربنا فربنا بيثبته الحمد لله. فانا يعني لو نفذ عليا دلوقتي او يقول لي كمان ساعه اقول له لا دلوقتي بس.
حضرتك قلت ان لما بتروح تنفذ حكم اعدام تبقى مشاعرك متبلده، لكن انا سمعت ان في حالات اثرت فيك وان في حاله معينه انت بكيت فيها.
ايوه حضرتك.
فممكن تحكي لنا عنها؟
احنا مش هنخش في تفاصيل القضاء ولا القضاء المصري. ان هو كان في حضرتك هو راجل مساعد شرطه في اسكندريه. الراجل ده كان يوم 27 رمضان ويوم ليله القدر وهو جه ونفذ عادي رايح لواحد ينفذ فيه في اسكندريه. خلاص اللي لقيت الراجل دوت حضرتك ايه طلبك يا عم؟ بيقول له طلب قبل الله. طلبوا ان هم يشوفوا مكان ما من جسمه يعني فيه اصابات، ايه هو ده طلب. فطبعا شافوا المكان لقوا فيه مكان اثار حوالي بتاع 32 غرزه في مكان ما. واحده ست كانت يعني هتخلص عليه، فهو بيدافع عن نفسه على اساس ان هو هيموت خلاص. فراح هو طلع الطبنجه عشان يدافع فماتت، طلع ماتت. هنا بقى سعادتك المحضر الابتدائي او ربنا يعلم بالقصه جت ازاي، ان هو كان فيه ضغائن قديمه او مشاكل قديمه من زمان. واللي عمل له المحضر عمل له ان هو بيت النيه وراح استلم السلاح من الاسم وجه ضرب الست في البيت ونفى القصه بتاعت الخناقه وان هو بيدافع في الشارع وفي 50 واحد او 100 واحد شاهدين على كده. هو قال كده على لسان الراجل. قال انا مش بقول كده عشان استعطفكم، انا بقول كده عشان الظلم يعني ظلمت هو انظلم. وده زعق بقى قال يا رب يا رب ديت خد بالك خلت اللجنه كلها حضرتك يا باشا بكى. كله ما قدرش يقف. ليه بقى؟ لانه هو صادق. والصدق والكلام الصدق بيأثر يعني اثر في. انا ما بكيتش عليه بقى قبل التنفيذ او يعني ما صعبش عليه الا بعد ما طلعته. وقدرت نفسي ان انا مكان الراجل ده او اي انسان مكان الراجل ده وظلم بنفس الطريقه ديت ما قدرتش. وانا الوقت مش قادر لان انا عايش الموقف. الظلم لحد دلوقتي لما افتكر الموقف الحمد لله رب العالمين. بس يا ستي خلاص الحمد لله.
Wow, what a brilliant piece of work. We really couldn't have asked for a better start to this segment. Such a moving representation of a story unheard. Can we have a huge round of applause once again? Moving on to the next film.
Well, Isha, what is the first word that comes into your mind when I say home?
Warmth, family, or even food?
Well, for Ghazale Goldbaksh from University of Auckland, home is nothing but a hollow void in her chest. There is no place like home because it does not exist. After living in New Zealand as an immigrant for 20 long years, Ghazale takes a journey back to Iran after a 17-year absence to find out whether or not she will still be considered an outsider even after what has been termed as homeland. Changing all the rules of the game, here is Ghazale Goldbaksh with her film Iran in Transit from the University of Auckland. Enjoy the film.
How old were you when you left Iran? I was 9, I was almost 10. And what was the reason? We left because of the oppressive regime, basically. We'd been trying to leave for as long as I remember. So, war and take a pick. The Russians invaded Afghanistan and we lived right in the centre of Kabul, and so my parents decided to leave. Well, there was actually a terrible civil war in Cambodia at the time, and escaped.
The lifestyle that we were living in South Africa was just getting a little bit too constricted. There was a little bit too much violence where we were.
My family left Iran when I was 6 years old due to similar reasons. We moved to the other side of the world, to New Zealand, where I grew up. My extended family ended up elsewhere. This split is never easy, but is sadly a daily occurrence for many migrants. Why would anyone want to go through it? For centuries, Iran was ruled by a monarchy. The last Shah, Mohammad Reza Shah Pahlavi, came to power in 1941, becoming a puppet to Western powers and a dictator. So the people revolted, and in 1979 he was overthrown and sent into exile. An old cleric, Ruhollah Khomeini, came back to Iran insisting that the clergy would remain away from government in the new Islamic Republic. He lied and soon took power as the self-elected supreme leader. At the same time, Saddam Hussein started an 8-year war with Iran. Tehran in particular was bombed daily. Khomeini also introduced the 6th century rule of Sharia law, restricting civil liberties for everyone. Hundreds of thousands of Iranians began immigrating. In 1950, there were 20 Iranians recorded to be living in New Zealand. In 2006, that number rose to just over 3,000.
I was born in South Africa, in Cape Town.
My grandparents are from American Samoa and Western Samoa.
I'm from Iran. I'm from Afghanistan. How old were you when you left Afghanistan?
I was about 5.
We left when I was 1 year old, and we came to New Zealand.
We didn't even know what was happening. We still didn't. To this day, I still don't really remember. Leaving Afghanistan because we were so young, and because we left in such a hurry, we didn't really have couldn't take anything with us.
It was going through that whole process of trying to make new friends, trying to settle into a new reality almost, where the rules were slightly different and everything was different from how it had been as I was growing up. People's attitudes were different.
It sort of happened when all the Bosnian Croat sort of refugees started coming, and I was about 15, 16, and having to interact with them and seeing how they felt like they had an affinity with everyone else who was foreign here, like me. And then it all kind of fit into place, and I sort of started thinking about being a foreigner.
I think it's a little bit more complicated for me because I'm Afakasi, so and I don't look traditionally Samoan either, so there's this weird feeling of not quite knowing where I belong. So even though I've been brought up in New Zealand and New Zealand's my home, there's sort of a yearning for somewhere else and trying to figure out where I fit.
So growing up with kids asking absurd questions like, is Saddam Hussein your dad, made me despise being part of such a minority. Therefore, my memories of Iran became scarce as I aimed to make new ones as a Kiwi. But as any migrant can testify, that's never easy or resolute. From a young age, I was always acutely aware that I was different and foreign, which made me feel unsettled. So New Zealand never really felt like home, and I hadn't been back to Iran in over 17 years. The very idea of homeland is broad and vague at best, but what did it mean to first-generation migrants like me? Was New Zealand the problem, or was this a general concern to people in bigger Iranian diasporas too?
There was no rice in America, which was like the saddest thing because I was addicted to rice. And so they, told me, I remember asking like the stewardess on the plane, like, excuse me, do you have any rice? And they were like, no, like we don't have rice on the airplane. And I thought that was just like it, like it was over. There was no more rice for the rest of my life. So we went to a friend's house. And I remember the door opening and seeing this big platter of rice, like on the floor, like ready for us to eat. And it was like the most magical moment of my life. That's like my first memory of coming to the States. So I remember it.
And when you were young, when people asked you where you were from, what would you normally say?
Iran, but they didn't know what it was. They didn't understand that I didn't speak English. They just thought I was like a deaf mute. I don't know, like I guess by default like I'm an American citizen, but I mean I'm like my ethnicity is Persian, like Iranian. That's what I identify myself as. Where would you say your home, like if you say you were returning to your homeland, would you say it was Iran? Yeah, absolutely. Do you ever feel like you still want to go back now? I don't at all. I'm Buenos Aires here. As much as, you know, I am like Iranian, I'm completely Americanized too.
I was 7. On my journey here? Of leaving. I remember my dad crying. I remember my mom being nervous about the travel. As a child, I was from Iran. Yeah. I was a little 5 child. And I got made fun of so much. Well, I have 2 eyebrows now, but they used to be connected. I'm Persian first. Yeah. Always. So Canadian second, but I'm always proud to be Canadian. Especially when people ask if I'm compared to America, I make sure to put my foot down and say, Canadian. For you, home is where you're born. For me, home is where the backpack is. I like that.
What about like the first time you went back to Iran? Did you feel any type of affinity? Like you left at such a young age.
I remembered it, but I didn't expect it to be so vulgar. And then recently I went to India. I went to India last year, and I went to Africa right after that, and they all have this really similar rawness to them, where the people are so sheltered, I find, within their countries, that they're so in your face and so raw, and you kind of feel like, you know, whereas in Canada, everyone gives you your space and no one steps in your little circle. I don't know, you're making me wonder now. How do I identify myself? Iranian. When I'm traveling, Iranian, Canadian. Where do I call home? Canada.
Would you ever go back to Iran?
Yeah, I'm going there in 2 months. My sister's getting hitched.
ماما جان بگیم کجاییم ما الان در ترمینال کرمانشاه هستیم. بعد از این 9 ساعت تو اتوبوس نشستن بالاخره رسیدیم کرد میریم برای اینکه صبحانه بخوریم یه شهر دیگه.
When I stepped off that plane, I felt no sudden connection or inexplicable feeling of being home. It was like the time I visited Cambodia. a stranger in an even stranger place. But I wanted to explore this fascinating place that I would call my homeland, its history, ancestry, and memories. So straight away I set off on a journey to the western rural region of Kurdistan, one of the oldest regions in Iran, to try and find a sense of belonging through my homeland's history. This area, like its namesake, belongs to the Kurdish people, who have been here for centuries, but who are still a minority group in Iran. Kurds have faced a history of discrimination and at times were displaced and resettled under different regimes. So with that type of history, but with no real nation to call their own, what would homeland constitute?
ما یک چیزی یه دغدغه‌ای که هست، سوالی که هست اینه که چرا اینجا؟ چرا تهران نه؟ چرا شمال نه؟ چرا مشهد نه؟
اینجا بهشت منه، اینجا بهشت زیبایی منه که حق هدیه کرده بهم. من اینجا رو دوست دارم، اصلا وطنم دوست دارم، ایران رو دوست دارم، زادگاهم از همه جا بیشتر دوست دارم. بوی بهشتش خیلی برای من خوبه، آرامشش، دیگه دوستیاش، فرهنگ اصیلم.
چرا این دنبال این آرامش که مثلا بندر عباس نیستی؟
نمیدونم چرا، ولی اینجا رو دوست دارم، اینجا رو نمیتونم دوست داشته باشم. ولایت نیست.
It was interesting for me to meet someone who felt that strong about a place that she did not actively live in. I couldn't really relate. Is it something about the spirituality of this place that makes it home? Being Persian means my ancestral roots reach back to 3 BC. But as impressive as it was, I had no emotional attachment to this ancient site. It made me think, do I feel more connected to, say, the Persian poet Hafiz, who shares my racial genetics, but whose poetry I barely know? Or to Shakespeare, the Englishman, whose work and history I have studied for half my life?
چون که راحت میتونیم صحبت کنم از اون گذشته ایران، از اون تفکرات ایران. این اهمیت داره برای من که من توضیح بدم برای مردم از فرهنگ و تمدن خودم که یک توهین نقش داشته و حتی تاثیر گذاشته روی کشورهای حاشیه، روی فرهنگ‌های دیگری، روی فرهنگ خیلی قوی‌تری مثل روم و یونان و حتی در دوره بعد وقتی که امپراتوری از روی منقرض میشه تاثیر میذاره روی فرهنگ اسلام. برای خودم شاید فکر کنم که دیگه شاید روشن میجاست شاید مثلا تهران بودم یه خورده احساس مثلا شاید.
If home really is something else, then I needed to go back to Tehran where I was born, like the majority of my family. Perhaps I'd find a connection to home where I spent the first 6 years of my life. I've never felt more displaced in my life. It's kind of surreal because people look like you, but they don't. Speak the same language, but they don't. And I've never felt more like a foreigner before. I've never felt more Western in my life. I've never felt so displaced, even though I've lived in other places, but this place, you feel like you should have a connection, but you don't. Everything's so foreign, and you feel like a white foreigner. If Homeland is about the connection to culture and language, I was in a culture shock. Though Tehran is metropolitan, with 15 million inhabitants, Iran is still a third world nation. The chaos, the constant fears of arrest, the gated homes, the massive gaps between rich and poor, and of course, the obvious gender inequalities forced by the state. However, being here with my extended family made it easier and fun, but this feeling of otherness was still strong, and I wasn't the only one.
I just don't feel like I fit in anymore. I feel the most Canadian I've ever felt. The way of life is different than what I'm used to. I'm really North Americanized, and I just grew up really free and allowed to express myself exactly the way I want Western culture. You know, you have opinions, and you're allowed to be opinionated, and you have a sense of style, and you're allowed to dress the way you want, and you can dance on the street if you want, and you can hold your boyfriend's hand if you have one or whatever. And they're not allowed to do all that here, so they express themselves really differently.
But before, you know, when you interviewed you before, you said that you're first Iranian, then Canadian. Is that still the same?
Yes. Do I see that Iran as my home now?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
There's a theorist, Damon Salisa, who he's Afakasi as well, and he did his thesis on the displacement of mixed-race people, where they feel like they kind of live on a borderland. You don't quite belong here or there. You're kind of in between, and you move through frontiers. So I think it's that kind of feeling of not existing in either place.
Have you ever been back to Iran? No. Would you ever want to?
I would, but I don't think I want to take the risk at the moment.
Do you feel though you're missing something in your life if you don't go back?
I think I'm missing something in my life if I don't continue to sort of connect with my culture and whatever. I don't necessarily think that I need to go back under this regime in order to be Iranian.
Actually, many of the strict laws in Iran are not Islamic, just arbitrary. The regime doesn't exactly fear nail polish, but they need to control the public sphere, so they ban it. Authoritarianism can't allow personal freedoms. This was one of the most frustrating things I found here. Some of these rules also include the punishments can be severe, but people will always find a way around it. A double life, an underground scene, whatever you want to call it. Because what is often repressed is made even more attractive. So in Iran, sometimes what you can't have, you can get it in excess.
My chemicals got you feeling like you're ready to blow. If I had a Maserati, then we could ride it for show. So fresh and so clean, Miss Jackson's in control. Grab your keys and let's go. Hands up and begin. We're not gonna feel, no, not gonna feel this alone. Hands up and begin. We're not gonna feel, no, not gonna feel this alone. You and I, making the crowd shake, baby, crowd shake, baby. You and I, making the crowd shake, baby, crowd shake, baby. We just wanna lose control. We just wanna lose control. You and I, making the crowd shake, baby, crowd shake, baby, baby. This oxygen got you feeling like you're breathing the wind. Put on my mic jacket, sipping sound and boom, walking, bad baby, you're not alone, baby. Grab your drinks and let's go. I don't get what it's not right.
این که سه تا باشه دارم یه دنبالی که میخواستم برم کربلا تذکره من این دیگه همشی جور بغل منش چی میخوره این شهنازه این داری کشی ستا
بچه ها کجا به دنیا آمدن؟
بچه ها همه اینجا همه ایران.
شما خودتون شمیزادی؟
من شمیزاد
دلون تنگ شده برای شمیزاد؟
بله بخشه میشه وقتا نمادم دیگه.
کجا وطنه؟ مثلا برای من فکر می‌کنیم وطن من کجاست؟ تهران اونجا که به دنیا آمدی؟
آره که
چه چیز شهرزاد باعث میشه تو بری اونجا رو دوست داشته باشی به جزی که هی میگی وطنمه چه چیز وطن
همه پدر مادر همه اونجا خاکن
همه تو موزن رفتن که
خاک ما اونجاست دیگه حالا اون برم اونجا
داره 120 سال
آره راحتی زندگی خیلی راحت اونجا واقعا نمیتونی کامپیر کنی با با ایران ولی یک احساس عجیبی اینجا بهت میده مثل اینکه you know that you own
پدری مثلا
your hometown is different.
But it's important to have it.
Have that. Even the old building, you know, people, all of them, they are talking. You know, یه احساس دیگه داره. الان برای شماها مثلا کشور شما، برای بچه‌های من کشور کانادا یه احساس دیگه داره چون you grow up there, اونا اونجا رشد کردن ولی برای ما اینجا خاطر هستن.
My aunt was right. I had no real memories of Iran. They were vague and random at best, and completely overshadowed by the numerous memories I have of New Zealand. Some believe home is a link to the past. Our fascination with ancestry and family trees is one example. But I still don't feel any of that. My other grandmother passed away a year ago. This is the first time I've been near her in 17 years.
وطن چیز مهم نیست بود.
نه آدم هر جا که خوشه دلش خوشه راحته اعصابش راحته وطنش فرقه چه اینجا چه کانادا چه نیوزلند هم آزادی باشه هم خوشی باشه هم فامیل باشه میشه وطن آدم
وطن شما رو میکنید بگید
الحمدلله بدون دقیقه خیلی خوشحال بودم من خیلی فرد چون پس هر تو میری فردا دیگه
I guess I just realized that home is not where I'm at. Home is where you make yourself.
Where the people are?
A home with your family and friends. Yeah, I mean,
it's very common that way.
Yeah, but I didn't know that before. I was always like, nah, how much were the backpacks at? I guess because I was young and free and single, and my concept of homeland 5 years ago was completely different if you asked me. My concept of homeland was different 6 months ago when you asked me. And maybe if you ask me in 5 years, God, maybe I'll be living in Costa Rica with a Latino lover and having a family there. For me, home will be Costa Rica, you know? Let's just say that for me, home is where what you value most important to you lays.
When Dorothy clicks her heels and thinks there's no place like home, she wakes to find that she had always been at home, surrounded by her friends and family. Homeland can be about people, memories, or links to the past, and sometimes none of those. For some, like myself, homeland is not a fixed place, but a living entity forever changing. Perhaps I could even go so far as to say there's no place like home because it doesn't really exist. Or perhaps I have more than one homeland, or perhaps I have yet to find one. As one artist said, traveling is connected with hopes of someday arriving somewhere.
One word, splendid. What an amazing performance. Lots of love to you, Ghazal. You made us so proud with that film.
This is for the information of the audience. Our social cause partners, Lota Bachpan, have put their donation boxes near the registration desk, exit number 1, and their stall. You're requested to contribute generously.
Well, our next film, Gumantu, is no ordinary film. It is by one of our Indian directors, convinced that his film is nothing short of an international marvel and is ready to take on the best films from the world. Our nomination jury couldn't help but agree. Let's see what our final jury has to say about it.
Gumantu, a documentary on Katputli Colony, the slum area of Shadipur Depot in New Delhi, which is home to a myriad of third-generation performing artists, puppeteers, dancers, acrobats, snake charmers, monkey and bear handlers, folk singers, jugglers, and magicians, to say the least. At the mercy of rapidly spreading urbanization and modern legalities, the residents will be resettled in the near future, which has spread much skepticism and anxiety among the slum dwellers. Will they be given what they have been promised? Will the change be for the better or worse? Today, these itinerant artists have faced the imminent threat of becoming obsolete from our cultural heritage. This film tries to capture their lives in the face of a rising identity crisis. Ladies and gentlemen, here's presenting Gumantu by Ajay Kanodia from National Institute of Design, India. Enjoy the film.
हम सारे यहाँ जितने भी कठपुतली कॉलोनी में रहते हैं, हम सारे घुमंतू कलाकार हैं और एक गांव से दूसरे गांव जाना हमारा फितरत थी और हम इसी तरह से करते थे हमेशा। लेकिन ज्यादातर हम यूपी, बिहार, बंगाल, नेपाल, इस साइड आसाम, इस साइड में ज्यादा जाते थे। राजस्थान से चलते थे और यूपी बिहार निकलते, लेकिन दिल्ली बीच में पड़ता था तो हम दिल्ली में भी रुकने लगे थे।
कठपुतली कॉलोनी में ये लोग घुमंतू कलाकार हैं, आइटमरियन कलाकार हैं और एक जगह पे नहीं रहते थे। हम और आप दिल्ली में क्यों आए, कैसे आए, वैसे ये भी आए।
ला 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 ला
जैसे राजो राज खत्म होता जाता है, जमीन जायदाद, मकान, दूध, बकरी, ऊँट, गाय, घोड़े ये दान दे दिया करते थे। तो हर तरह का कलाकार इस कॉलोनी में, हर तरह का ट्रेडिशनल आर्टिस्ट है, जो कि प्योर ट्रेडिशनल जिसे कहा जाए, कोई सीखा हुआ नहीं है। तो सारे इस तरह से यहाँ कठपुतली कॉलोनी में रहने लगे और आज ये कठपुतली कॉलोनी वर्ल्ड में मशहूर है कठपुतली कॉलोनी के नाम से।
चाहे आंध्रा के गोले वाले हों, दक्षिणी मसैत हों, नट बाजीगर हों, चाहे गमारू नट पुणे के महाराष्ट्र के नट हों, और यूपी और राजस्थान के बजानिया और कबूतरी नट हों, ये सब लोगों का, क्योंकि देश में जाड़ों में ये लोग प्लेन की तरफ जाते थे और गर्मियों में ये लोग पहाड़ों की तरफ जाते थे और अपना काम करते थे।
दिल्ली में जब रहना शुरू किया तो फिर एक मिस्टर राजीव सेठी मिले हमें, जिन्होंने हमारी एक संस्था बनवाई जिसका नाम है भूले बिसरे कोऑपरेटिव सोसाइटी। और जब से ये सोसाइटी बनी है तब से हम सारे यहाँ कठपुतली कॉलोनी में ही हैं।
मैं बड़ा होके सलमान बनना चाहता हूँ। मेरी भी कुछ फरमाइश है, मैं बड़ा होके सलमान जैसी हेल्थ बनाऊं, सलमान जैसा फिगर बनाऊं।
मैं भगवती हटवाल कलाकारों का राष्ट्रीय मददगार, और मददगार इस मायने कि हम लोगों ने एक संस्था बनाई है सारथी, और जिस ढंग से कृष्ण अर्जुन का सारथी बनकर के करता है कि करना भी, जीतना भी तुम्हें को है और हारना भी तुम्हें को है, लेकिन मैं सही राह दिखाऊंगा, चलना तुम्हें है।
इस कॉलोनी में जब आप जाएंगे तो आपको कई पेरेंट्स, कई बच्चे ऐसे मिलेंगे जो अभी 10 साल 12 साल के हैं और इतनी कम उम्र में उन्होंने वर्ल्ड की कम से कम 20, 25, 30 कंट्रीज का विजिट कर लिया है।
ये इस बात को आप बड़ा ही मत समझना, ये मैं हकीकत कह रहा हूँ। आप किसी भी देश में कहीं भी जाकर शादी पीढ़ी का नाम पूछ सकते हो और आदमी शांत है शादी पीढ़ी। मैं कई कितनी कंट्री में मुझे फोन मिलता है तो मुझे बोलता है मैं नाले बाबा ये मैं बोलता हूँ साइन ये बोलता है ये फ्रॉम आई से माई फ्रॉम इंडिया दिल्ली। ओह यू कमिंग फ्रॉम सर्टिफिकेट या ऐसे मैं चूक जाता हूँ, वो मुझे एकदम से पहचान लेता है कि आगे से तो साला ये सर्टिफिकेट है।
मेरा सपना है कि मैं बड़ा बनूं और मेरी 4-5 गाड़ी इधर खड़ी हो जिनके सामने
उसी की मैं किस करूँ, मैं गाड़ी करनी हो और मम्मी पापा को दिखा के कुछ अच्छे सेटलमेंट चलना, इस गर्मी इकोनॉमी से हटा के अच्छे स्कूल में रखूँ मम्मी पापा को, और दाल कितना बड़ा बन जाऊँ, गेहूँ आटा चीनी जो भी कुछ सारा कुछ मैं बांटूँ, और मेरा इतने नाम हो तो मैं सोच के काम और मैं एक सिंगर बनूँ, एक हीरो बनूँ, कुछ भी बनूँ, वो सपना है
माँ की नींद से जब बच्चा पेट में रहता है, क्योंकि उसकी जेनेटिक में वो कला है। मेरा बच्चा वो नट की तरह, मेरी बेटी नट की तरह जो अगर माया करती है वहां पे, उसकी तरह अपनी तोड़ शरीर को नहीं मोड़ सकती है, लेकिन माया जो नटनी है वो मेरी बच्चे की तरह पढ़ाई कर सकती है। समझ, ये अंतर है कि मैं इसीलिए कह रहा हूं कि जो जेनेटिक उनका कला का वह है, पारंपरिक वह है, वो हुनर कभी खत्म नहीं होना चाहिए। और उस हुनर से वो, जो मैंने पहले ही कहा कि अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की लाइन में खड़े, मेरी बेटी अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट की लाइन में खड़ी है, लेकिन वो बेटी हर दिन रोज कमा करके कुछ ला सकती है।
मेरा नाम माया है, पूरा नाम माया पवार है। हम एक्रोबेट करते हैं, जैसे हिंदी में बोलते हैं नट का काम करते हैं, जैसे रस्ते पर चढ़ना और जिम्नास्टिक करना, आग में से कूदना, छुरी में से कूदना, और सुई उठाना, आंखों से सरिया मोड़ना, और काफी आइटम करते हैं। ये हमें बचपन से सिखाया जाता है, माँ बाप सिखाते हैं हमारे, क्योंकि खानदानी हमारा काम हम चाहते हैं कि खत्म ना हो, इसीलिए हमारे खानदान से चला आ रहा काम, तो माँ बाप सिखाते रहते अपने अपने बच्चे।
बहुत करते करते एक फेस्टिवल लगा अमेरिका में, अदिति नाम था, 85 में मैं भी था वहाँ पे भाई, लेकिन अमेरिका में, तो वहाँ पे जैसे राजीव गांधी मिले थे, सोनिया जी, अमृता जी सब मिले हमसे, तो हमने कहा कि भाई हमारा भी वो जो बुद्धि भेजनी है, शादी बुद्धि की करके भी कॉलोनी आपका उसका भी बोले, आप हिंदुस्तान का नाम थोड़ा ऊपर करके आइएगा तो हम आपके लिए वहां पे देखेंगे। तो जैसे आए कुछ साल कुछ महीने गुजरे, आप सिलसिला तो चलता रहा, आनंद विराम बनेगा, हम लोग तो उसी के डिफेंस से होते, हमारे कुछ अच्छा अपना गांव बनेगा, उसमें हमारी कला भी बच्चे भी सीखेंगे, कुछ काम अच्छा सीखेंगे, कुछ बच्चे पढ़ाई लिखाई नहीं करते वो भी करेंगे।
इन लोगों को 1982 में, 84 में, 85 में भारत महोत्सव के दौरान अमेरिका, यूके, वहां पे जाकर के इनको कलाकारी का दर्जा दिया, और कलाकारी का दर्जा दिलाने के साथ इन लोगों में एक अपनी स्ट्रेंथ है कि हम भी कलाकार हैं, हमें भी जीने का हक है।
जी आया है, देख बात तैयार वाला सब, काटने में तेज है, भागने में चेप है।
Station Shadipur है. Delhi Metro feeder bus service is available from Shadipur to Narayana Vihar. Next station is Shadipur. Station doors will open on the left. Please mind the gap.
प्रॉब्लम ये है इन लोगों की, ये अभी भी अगर आप इनके घर में जाओगे तो प्रॉपर बिस्तर नहीं है इनके पास सोने के लिए। अभी भी अगर अचानक से इन्हें किसी फंक्शन में जाना पड़ता है तो वो जो टिपिकल ड्रेस ये बजाते हैं तो वो पहनते हैं, परफॉर्म करते हुए पहनते हैं, उसके अलावा इनके पास एक्स्ट्रा जोड़ी ज्यादा कपड़े नहीं मिलेंगे। क्यों? ये बहुत सारी कंट्री में गए हैं पर ये अपने पैरों से नहीं गए। कोई मीडिएटर, कोई बिचौलिया क्या करता है, इन्हें ले जाता है,
दिहाड़ी के हिसाब से, पर डे के हिसाब से वेजेस जो भी इन्हें दे देता है, और ये फॉरेन कंट्री का वो सपना लेकर यहाँ से जाते हैं, प्लेन में बैठने मिलेगा, खाने मिलेगा और जाके वापस आ जाता है।
ये मेरा घर है और हमारी परेशानी तो ये है कि हमारे पास बना हुआ कोई काम, हम हमारे बच्चों को सही स्कूल में भेज पाते हैं। जो बच्ची है वो स्कूल जाता है, बड़ी वाली लड़की 5वीं में, छोटी वाली लड़की 4th क्लास में। अभी इतना सरकारी स्कूल में पढ़ा सकते हैं हम लोग। परेशानी तो हमको बहुत है, इस जगह रहते हैं, बारिश आ जाता है, कीचड़ हो जाता है, पूरा घर कीचड़ हो जाता है। प्रोग्राम पे जाते हैं तो वहाँ पर लोग हमसे पूछते हैं तुम तो बहुत अच्छे कलाकार हो, तुम देश विदेश घूमते हैं, लेकिन फिर जब हम शादी जोड़ी पे आ जाता है तो हमारे कलाकारी का दुरुपयोग हो जाते हैं। और गवर्नमेंट भी हमारे लिए सोचता है कि तो उठाएंगे, पता नहीं कब उठाएंगे हम लोग को। उठते अभी हमारा आधा खानदान तो यही मर गया।
दुनिया भर में घुमंतु कलाकार हुआ करते थे। हमारे देश में सारी दुनिया में घुमंतु कलाकारों के लिए एक जगह दी जाती है जहां पर वो आकर के अपना फन दिखाएं, और वो लोग फन देखते हैं, पैसा चढ़ाते हैं, चाहे फ्रांस में हो, इंग्लैंड में हो, अमेरिका में हो, उनके लिए एक स्टेज दिया। हमारे देश में कहीं पर भी कोई स्पेस क्या, उन लोगों के लिए तो कोई बॉम्बे बेबी एक्ट लगा करके काम से बेदखल किया। मैं अगर आप संदेश देना चाहते हैं तो ये दें कि हर शहर में घुमंतु कलाकारों के लिए एक स्पेस हो जहां पर कि लोगों अपना काम दिखाएं और उनकी रोजी रोटी चले।
मेरा जो पर्सपेक्टिव है एजुकेट करने का वो ये है कि इनके आर्ट को जब मिसयूज करते हैं, इनके आर्ट के कारण जो लोग इन्हें एक्सप्लॉइट करते हैं वो बंद हो जाए। आई रियली रिस्पेक्ट एंड लव द काइंड ऑफ आर्ट दे कैरिंग। आप जानते नहीं, आप लोग यहाँ कुछ दिनों से आ रहे हैं, आप इनके साथ रहेंगे तो आपको पता चलेगा ये कमाल के बच्चे हैं।
तो लीजिए, मेरा नाम किशन जगलर है और मैं रहने वाला आंध्र प्रदेश जिला हैदराबाद का हूँ। तो देखिए, हम आपको इंडिया का जगलिंग शो दिखा रहे हैं। अरे वाह, थोड़ा सा और ऊपर, आई शाबाश, थोड़ा सा और ऊपर, आई शाबाश, बट चलो, अरे वाह, आई शाबाश, नीचे गिर रहा है, ठंडा ठंडा लग रहा है। नंबर 2, नंबर 3, चलो, अरे अरे बोला, चलो, बढ़ से तेरी तो ऐसा मारो, वैसा मारो, ऐसा मारो, ऐसा मारो, वैसा मार के, ऐसा पकड़ के, ऐसा मारने उधर। दोनों हाथ अलग है। अब मेरे भी जो बेटा है, उनको भी मुझे जगलिंग में सिखाना है, लेकिन कभी कभी ये दिन भी होता है कि नहीं यार, ये जगलिंग में सिखाना चाहिए और किसी और काम निकाल देंगे, लेकिन फिर ऐसा लगता है कि नहीं, ये खानदान खत्म हो जाएगा फिर हमारा। इसलिए मैं नहीं चाहता कि ये जो मेरी कला है ये खत्म हो जाए। मैं ये चाहता है कि मेरे बच्चे लोग भी ये करें, और हमको गवर्नमेंट ऐसा सबूत देना चाहिए कि हमको घर मकान सब कुछ देना चाहिए, और हमारे लिए, हमारे बच्चों के लिए स्कूल भी रखना चाहिए, जिससे हमको आगे के लिए तरक्की हो। लोग हमको विदेश ले जाते हैं, हमको कुछ भी नहीं देते, हमको फ्रांस, अमेरिका, जापान, लंदन, मैंने, आप मानोगे नहीं, मैंने आधा यूरोप देख लिया। मेरा पासपोर्ट में इतना वीजा लगे कि मुझे खुद ही नहीं पता। अगर जो मेरा पासपोर्ट मुझे देखता है तो वो मुझे नीचे ऊपर से देखता है।
लिख कर मैं करीबन 20 कंट्री जा चुका हूँ। मैंने एक एक दुनिया को, एक एक चीज को देखा है। वहां में और यहाँ में कितना फर्क है। मैं सूफी सिंगर हूँ, मैं सूफी सॉन्ग गाता हूँ, मैं राजस्थान के, हिंदुस्तान के जितना सॉन्ग है वो गाता हूँ। मैंने एक एक को देखा है, तो हिंदुस्तान को नहीं देखा इतना, तो इतना ये गिर जाएगा। लोग यहाँ से हमें देखते तो उतने सम्मान से, वहां से राजा की गाड़ी में हम लोग जा रहे हैं, तो यहाँ से हम नाली में पड़ेंगे। हमारे साथ तो जो हो रहा है सरकार, मेरे को यहाँ पे 50 साल हो गया है, लेकिन मैंने देखा है कितने गवर्नर से मिले हैं, कितने नेता आते हैं, कितने बदल जाते हैं, लेकिन अभी तक कहते हैं हमें ये कि आप भारत के कलाकार हैं, प्राचीन कलाकार हैं, आप कला को जिंदा रखिए। कहाँ कला को जिंदा रखेंगे? अब तो आप हमें ही मार रहे हैं, तो कला तो खत्म हो गई है, तो आप ही मारेंगे तो कलाकार है। तो मेरे कहने का मतलब है गवर्नमेंट को या किसी भी संस्था को, जैसे मीडिया है, आप है, कुछ भी है, मेरे को लगता कुछ होने वाला है ही नहीं हमारे लिए। हमारे मिनिस्टर दूसरे MP अजय माकन जी, उन्होंने बड़ा सहयोग दिया है इस कॉलोनी को बसाने के लिए, और वो चाहते हैं यही बसे लोग, उनका रोजी रोटी यहाँ चल रही है तो यही उनका बसाना चाहिए। तो हमें यहाँ 11 मंजिल फ्लैट बना के दे रहे हैं सरगुल कॉलोनी में, और अच्छा करिए गवर्नमेंट बना दी, हमें अपनी छत बना के दे रही है।
जीने का हक स्लम में नहीं होता है। जीने का हक मैं सिर्फ उन्हीं के लिए नहीं कह रहा हूँ, हमारे देश में ऐसा होना चाहिए कि हर जो भी है उसके लिए घर तो होना चाहिए। घर सबसे पहला है। रोटी और कपड़ा आदमी कमा सकता है, लेकिन रहवास होना बहुत जरूरी है, जिसके बिना की नरक की जिंदगी कोई नहीं जी सकता है। स्लम कोई नहीं रहना चाहता, हर एक अच्छे घरों में रहना चाहता। हम आप भी अपनी सफाई पे रहना चाहते हैं।
हमको ये चाहते हैं कि हमको यहाँ से हटा दे और अच्छी जगह दे, और वहाँ पर कलाकार कॉलोनी बनाए, जिससे हमारा कोई हमारे घर आए तो उसे लगना चाहिए कि हम किसी कलाकार के घर पे बैठे। उसको ये नहीं लगना चाहिए कि साला भिखारी है, इनके पास कुछ नहीं। हमको ऐसा देना चाहिए कि हमारा किचन अलग हो, हमारा बाथरूम अलग हो, हमारा घर में एक छोटा सा हॉल हो, और हमको लगना चाहिए कि हमारे घर में कोई आए वो डायरेक्ट ही हमारा बेडरूम में नहीं आ जाए। अब यही हमारा बेडरूम है, यही हॉल है, और ये किचन है, और यही हमारा रसोई घर है, तो वो नहीं होना चाहिए। हमारे को भी कुछ ऐसा दे देना चाहिए जिससे लगे कि हम लोग कलाकार है यार। हम जब यहाँ से इंडिया से बाहर जाते हैं, हमारा बड़ा नाम होता है, तो हम क्या बोलते हैं, लेडीज एंड नाउ आई शो यू इंडियन कृष्णा जगलर। तो बेडरूम कितना बड़ा बात है, जब वो जगलर का तुम घर देखोगे तो जानते हो जगलर का औकात।
हमारे तो गवर्नमेंट से यही कहना है कि हर किसी को अपनी सोसाइटी मिली है। गवर्नमेंट हमें भी एक ऐसी सोसाइटी दी जाए जिसमें टेढ़ी मेढ़ी गलियां ना हो, एक अच्छे घर हो, जिससे लोग हमें जाने के हाँ ये लोग कलाकार हो, एक रिस्पेक्ट हो हमारी। घर को देख के ही रिस्पेक्ट होती है, घर नहीं तो रिस्पेक्ट होती, क्योंकि सोसाइटी वाले तो घर ही देख के रिस्पेक्ट करते हैं आजकल।
चौप तिलक सब नीरे मुँह से नैना मिला के, चौप तिलक सब नीरे मुँह से नैना मिला के, चौप तिलक सब नीरे मुँह से मुझे नैना मिला के, तिलक सब नीरे मुझे नैना मिला के, तिलक सब नीरे आदि मुझे आदि मुझे बलमादी मुझे नारे मुझे नैना मिला के, तिलक सब नीरे मुझे। अब एक रहेगा बिल्डर आई है, तो कहते हैं यहाँ पे 54 मंजिली बिल्डिंग बनाएंगे। अब बताइए, हम लोग यहाँ खुले में रहने वाले, चूल्हे पे लकड़ी बनाने वाले, और हमारी कला देखते हैं आप हमारे कम से कम 10-10 फुट की कठपुतली है, 12-12 फुट की कठपुतली है, 20-20 फुट के बांस है हमारे। तो कहाँ हम भी इस मजबूरी पट्टी जमीन ले जाएंगे कहाँ?
आपको पता ही है कि वहां पे एक मल्टी स्टोरीज की बात चल रही है, जिसमें कि मुझे लगता है कि कलाकारों के साथ ये इनजस्टिस है कि उनको ऐसी मल्टी स्टोरी में डाल दिया जाए। हाँ, हो सकता है कि आने वाली पीढ़ी तो सीख सकती है उनकी कि कैसे करके मल्टी स्टोरी का वो कर रहे हैं, लेकिन जो पीढ़ी आज है उस पे अभी मैं नहीं समझ सकता हूँ कि वो इस मल्टी स्टोरी को सीधे यूज कर सके। लिफ्ट है, सैनिटेशन है, टॉयलेट है, कम्युनिटी रूप में सफाई कैसे होती है, ये सब कुछ उनकी आदतें नहीं है। उस आदत को बस्ती बसाना खेल नहीं है, बसते बसते बस्ती है।
बस यही है कि आप जो भी कर रहा है इन चीजों को सोच के, उनकी सोच जो है वो ये है कि भैया हम इन गरीब लोगों को बड़े लोग बनाते हैं, मतलब बड़े ऊंचे फ्लैटों में रहने वाले लोग। लेकिन ये मालूम नहीं है कि इन गरीब लोगों को फ्लैटों में बनाने के लिए और क्या क्या चाहिए।
बहुत मुश्किल है, बहुत मुश्किल है कि जैसे हम खुद कठपुतली बनाते हैं, एक लकड़ी को लेके उसको काट के बनाते हैं। तो जैसे छत के ऊपर अगर हम रहेंगे तो वहां पे अगर लकड़ी का काम हम करेंगे तो नीचे वाले को दिक्कत आएगी। जैसे हमेशा के लिए छत के ऊपर बनाते रहेंगे, छत भी कमजोर होगी, दूसरों से लड़ाई झगड़ा होगा, तो हम वहां पे नहीं बना पाएंगे। छत हमारी अपनी हो तो नीचे बैठ के हम काम कर सकते हैं, हमारी कठपुतलियां वगैरह बना सकते हैं। हम बनाएंगे तभी तो हमारी कला जिंदा रहेगी।
मैं सरकार से और गवर्नमेंट से जो भी ये कर रहा है काम, उनसे सिर्फ इतना कहना चाहता हूं कि अगर आप इनके साथ मिलकर कुछ करना चाहते हैं इन लोगों के लिए, इन आर्टिस्टों के लिए, तो प्लीज एक दफा आप इनसे इनकी जरूरतें पूछे।
जैसा जीवन कटना कटेगा,
बिल्डिंग बना दो, वहां पे हमारे बच्चे विद्युत से मरेंगे, तो कहाँ पे हम औजार चलाएंगे, कहाँ पे हम पॉकेट बनाएंगे, कहाँ पे इनका इलाज करवाएंगे।
इस बड़ी दुनिया में कोई भी हमारा ना हुआ, गिर तो गिरते अपनों का सहारा ना हुआ।
आपने रहेगा तो दिया, हम लोग 50 साल से पड़े, हमें 7 लाख में हमें दे दो, 8 लाख में हम देंगे, 8 करोड़ में हम चंदा करके करेंगे अपनी बस्ती से, हम देंगे आपको 8 करोड़। मना कर दीजिए, नहीं भैया को नहीं देंगे। भैया कौन होती है? मालिक कौन है जो जगह की? किसी पंछी को उठा के आप पिंजरे में डाल के उसे शेर बनाना चाहते हैं तो नहीं बन सकता वो यार, क्योंकि लाइफस्टाइल उसने जिंदा रखी है उड़ते हुए, वो उड़ता हुआ ही जिंदा रहा है। आप उसे 4 पैरों पे चलाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो वो कहां से आएंगे उसके 4 पैर? उसके तो 2 ही पैर है। तो वही हाल हमारा है कि हम तो घुमंतरू कलाकार हैं, हम यार मतलब वो बहुत बड़े स्टार, बहुत बड़े बंदे नहीं बन सकते हैं, इतना जल्दी नहीं बन सकते। और दूसरा लाइफस्टाइल जो है हमारा, जिस तरह से हम जी रहे हैं वही हमें अभी तक पसंद है, बाकी और दूसरा पसंद नहीं है। दूसरा हमारे लिए खतरा है खाली, और कुछ नहीं। तो जिस तरह से अभी गवर्नमेंट सोच रही है उस तरह से शायद मुझे जहां तक लग रहा है कि भैया आर्टिस्टों के लिए एक कमरा बनाओ और कलाकारों को अंदर डालो और बाहर से ताला लगा दो, ताकि ना तो आर्टिस्ट रहे और ना कलाकार रहे ना कल्चर रहे।
चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता जी ढल जाएगा, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता जी ढल जाएगा, ढल जाएगा ढल जाएगा ढल जाएगा ढल जाएगा, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता जी ढल जाएगा, धीरे धीरे ढलता जी ढल जाएगा, ढल जाएगा ढल जाएगा ढल जाएगा ढल जाएगा, सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता ही ढल जाएगा, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता ही ढल जाएगा। तू यहाँ मुसाफिर है ये शमा है पानी है थारी रोज की मेहमान, तेरी जिंदगानी है तेरी जिंदगानी, हर जमीन पर जेवर कुछ न साथ लाया है, खाली आती आया है खाली आती जाएगा, ओ सांस टूटते ही सब रिश्ते टूट जाते हैं, बाप माँ बहन बीबी बच्चे छूट जाते हैं, याद कर सिकंदर के हौसले जो आली थे, जब गया था दुनिया से दोनों हाथ खाली थे, आज समझ ले आज समझ ले फिर ये मौका हाथ न तेरे आएगा, तू गफलत की नींद में सोने वाले धोखा खाएगा, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता ही ढल जाएगा, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता ही ढल जाएगा, चढ़ता सूरज धीरे धीरे ढलता ही ढल जाएगा।
Now that was a masterpiece. Ladies and gentlemen, could we have a huge round of applause for Mr. Ajay Kanodia for his film Guman 2.
Moving on, we have our entertainment partners, Kingdom of Dreams in the building, people. Can we have a huge round of applause? Kingdom of Dreams, the ultimate live entertainment destination where you can experience Las Vegas style live performances like Zangura and Jhumru. Also, you can experience art, craft and food from 14 Indian states at Culture Gully. Till you visit Kingdom of Dreams at Gurgaon, enjoy an energetic cultural performance by Kingdom of Dreams.
So ladies and gentlemen, to pump up the energy, we have our performers from Kingdom of Dreams.
अगले वो भी काम कर रहा होगा माइक ऑन है, तू ऑन करवा उधर जमाने वाला आगे
Now that was an exhilarating performance. To show that we love them, could we have a thunderous round of applause for them?
Moving on. Yesterday we had Dr. Rajat Saha who guided us and highlighted the various possibilities of cancer. Today we have Dr. Ullas Batra, Consultant Medical Oncology, Head of Thoracic Oncology, Rajiv Gandhi Cancer Institute, New Delhi, and a representative of Intas Pharmaceuticals with us to generate a conversation about cancer, and with other 4 representatives of Embisem family, namely Rhythm Sachdeva, Renuka Malhotra, Sakshi Batra, and Anu Gehani. We now request Dr. Batra and all the representatives to come up on stage, please.
I would request the students to please remain seated.
They will come. Hi, good evening. And after a wonderful performance by the Kingdom of Dreams, it is actually going to be a mood dampener. But trust me, it is not going to be a mood dampener. Probably an eye opener, but not a mood dampener. I think you guys had a wonderful discussion about smoking and lung cancer. Let's bring you guys back to life. Let's bring you about what exactly life is all about. And I will have a conversation with 4 of our students. Please have a seat. Please have a seat. And I promise to be short and sweet. We are not going to take much of your time. And these are the 4 volunteers which we just had half an hour back. So, I mean, a big round of applause for these 4 volunteers actually. I know it's not easy to talk about cancer. It is very difficult to dream about cancer. But trust us, who deal with cancer day in and day out. Thanks to you guys actually. Because of you guys who smoke. Because if you smoke, we get cancer. Somebody gets cancer, we cure them. Probably, tobacco is 90% of the cancers can be prevented if people don't smoke. I'm going to bring you back down to earth. I'm going to give a good reality checkup to you guys. And just by the way of conversation with these guys. So it's just going to be an interactive section, and that is not limited to these 4 young students. It can be any one of you who is willing to ask me a question. I'll be more than happy to answer it. So can we have the next slide, please? Next slide. Okay, I can't see over here, but can I have a brief, outlook from you guys? How many of you think, let us say there are 100 people or there are 200 people in this auditorium. How many of them smoke, or how many of them guys who know somebody who smokes? So how much do you think people smoke?
80%.
80% of them. Now, does that include only the youth, or does it include the parents and the grandfather and more than that? Can we have a show of hands? I can't see actually, but can we have a show of hands? Yeah, so tell me, guys who know someone who smokes or who smokes. Just raise your hands. Some more honest people, please. Some more honesty. We want elections coming up. So approximately they are right, 70% of us smoke. Now girls, why do people smoke? What is your opinion about why do people smoke?
Most of them give the reason that it's a good stress buster.
Stress buster, okay. Talking to your boyfriend or your mother or father is not a stress buster? Or it increases the stress? Okay, what else?
I guess the boys and they want to show off in some way. It becomes
you're cool if you smoke. Okay, but that's not the truth.
And I'm sure it's peer pressure as well.
Okay, I think they by and large summed it up. Peer pressure, you look cool, it's a stress buster. All of it is statistically, scientifically dustbin. It's garbage. You do not get any stress buster if you smoke. It is not cool if you smoke. There is no peer pressure. If there is a peer pressure, it is in your career, it is in something else. It has been scientifically proven that cigarette or nicotine or tobacco in whatever form actually increases the stress. And the next 10 minutes, we are going to have a look at that. So next slide, please. I mean, the three things which unite India. One is we basically smoke irrespective of our caste, creed, religion, Bollywood, Sachin Tendulkar and smoking. There are three things which unite India. The next slide. If we have Shah Rukh Khan coming and smoking over here and see the young guy who looks at that, I think the media has to play a very, very important role, and a lot of good things have been done, but we should actually try not to smoke, because once you are smoking, you are acting as a role model in front of so many people, and you are actually acting as a bad role model. The next slide. So what does cigarette contain? I mean, what do you think it contains that it is so cool to be in? What does it contain? Anyone?
Nicotine.
Nicotine is what?
Aldehyde.
So is nicotine bad? Is nicotine the only thing which is bad, or is it something else?
Many things are bad in that.
Tar and all. Okay. I think we will just go through, and I would like you guys to have a look at only the the screen. It contains 4,000 toxic chemicals, 50 of which are known to cause cancer. Next slide. It contains tar, that is the charcoal which is there in the road. What else? It contains arsenic, which you know what it is. Next one. It contains ammonia. Just have a look at it. It is used to basically clean the commodes. So if you are smoking, you are actually inhaling that. Next one. Formaldehyde. In biology section, you enter the dissection room and you have a bad pungent smell coming out over there. Cigarette contains that. Formaldehyde. What next? Rat poison. So you can kill your rats along with that. Rocket fuel. You can go to space if you smoke. And not literally, really. Acetone. You have your cleaning materials made up of acetone and carbon monoxide. You can stand behind a Delhi, my time DTC used to be there. You stand behind a DTC room and you can have enough of your things over there. So cigarette contains these chemicals, and I do not know why people find it cool to smoke. I did not find even a single chemical over here which is cool to smoke. It is absolutely poison contained in cigarette. The next slide. Yes. Yes.
Like we had a workshop in our college about surrogate advocacy and all. In that we have an ad of Johnny Walker or something. I do not remember the brand. Ad copy says, "Girls feel safe with men who smoke."
Yeah, you didn't read the subtype on that.
Yeah.
Because
it causes impotence.
Yes, so I'm coming to that actually. I had this thing covered up, but I didn't put it on over here. I'm coming to that. So next one is nicotine. Now nicotine is an addictive substance. It does not cause cancer. So we have nicotine replacement therapy which can be used if someone wants to quit the cancer. The next one. So what happens when you smoke? Is it only the cancer? I am a cancer specialist. I see probably 50 cancers per day, which is basically because of smoking. But is it the only thing which happens when you smoke? I mean, cancer is the only thing which happens when you smoke, or something else can also happen when you smoke? Breathing problems, yes.
Heart strokes.
Heart attack, strokes, okay.
Problem with women reproducing.
Yes. Obesity, yes. So, can I have the next slide? See, this is what the poster child is. This is how I will like my daughter to be, the previous one, when she grows up, and not like this. So, the previous one, please. Just have a look at this. This is how a normal girl would be like this, and this is the poster child of a tobacco industry. You start from your hair, you will have wrinkling, you will have eyebrows problem, you will have cataract, you will have cancers, you will have a tracheostomy, your heart will not function well, your brain will not function well, you will have gangrene. We have, you have seen बहुत बार चौराहों पे हमने लोग देखे होंगे जिनके पैर कटे होते हैं. Peripheral vascular disease, gangrene, all is cigarette smoking is the single most avoidant cause of that. The next one, please. So it affects every part of your body, which includes the hair, the brain, the eyes, the mouth, yellow skin and wrinkles, difficulty in breathing, and other serious diseases besides cancer. Cancer to hai hi hai. Next one. Okay, so I see around 70% of the crowd here is women. So women are supposed to be biologically superior to us. You know, this has been told to us left, right, and center. So is it, guys, okay? I mean, you are biologically superior to us. Is it okay if you guys smoke? You know, I go to all these airports and all. You go to Europe, USA, even in India, Delhi, Mumbai, and Bangalore. You will find a lot of women smoking over there. So is it cool, and are you guys able to take it better? What do you think?
I guess certainly seeing the photograph, the photo picture,
Okay.
it is just not so cool.
Okay.
So I would like to elaborate on the whole conversation that smoking is attached with. In peer pressure, we generally see that people influence the good ones.
Yes.
Why can't the good ones influence the bad ones?
You are the good guys here.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Why we create peer pressure for the things? Why can't in a peer group, the ones who do not smoke influence the others who smoke and help them to quit?
I will give you a very good answer in next 5 slides. I'll give you a very good answer. So women are biologically superior to women, and in USA in 1960 there was a concept that, you know, we will have cigarettes only for women. Next slide, please. This says, you know, you can go to the next one. 1960 there was the first brand which was specifically manufactured for women, and they says, you know, yeah baby, it's your thing. You can smoke very easily. You find your voice and everything. Next one. However, if you smoke, ladies, you have a higher risk of miscarriage, that is abortion, a preterm delivery, stillbirth, infant death, low birth weight baby, in addition to cataract, brain stroke, MI, and everything else. And you are actually making the next generation unwell for no fault of theirs. The kind of education, the kind of values which your parents have given you, you know, you'll always be thankful to your parents for all these things. You do not want to imbibe a bad gene, a genetic mutation to your yet unborn child or maybe to be born child. Only because it's cool, it's not. Only because of peer pressure. So women especially should not smoke. Men though definitely should not smoke. The next one. So perfume won't hide it, ladies. You can have a bottle of Calvin Klein or whatever those perfumes with the white eyes. I forget the name for that. You can there is so much of stench in cigarette that perfume won't hide it. Next one. So tobacco is responsible for the 8 most common cancers in men, in humankind actually. And you can start from oral cavity, esophagus, stomach, lungs, bronchus, etc. Believe me, trust me, a visit to any of the cancer center is far more frightening to see. I really hope you guys don't have anyone, but if you have someone with cancer because of smoking, trust me, every time they come and tell us, डॉक्टर साहब मैंने एक गलती कर दी, काश मैंने सिगरेट छोड़ दी होती, काश मेरे पेरेंट्स ने, काश मेरी वाइफ ने, काश मेरे कोलीग ने मुझे बोला होता कि आप स्मोकिंग करना छोड़ दो तो आज मेरा ये हाल नहीं होता. That's the truth which we hear left, right, and center every day. The next one. So now that brings me to, you know, the good people. So this question is for the good people. You are a good guy. You have not done anything wrong in your life. Your only fault is that you are not able to stop someone who is smoking, and you are in company of that guy who is smoking. So can anyone from the audience tell me, if your husband, if your wife, if your friend, if your colleague, if your school teacher, if your college teacher smokes, what is the additional risk that you have? Anyone? Because of passive smoking, that is. So is there any increased chance of smoking? Okay guys, tell me.
So whenever someone suggests that us and another person stop smoking, we are generally like, why should I care about it?
Yeah.
So in my opinion, that's okay. If you do not care about that person, be selfish, but at least think about yourself.
Yes.
If you are a passive smoker, a single cigarette that a person standing near the who smokes equally harms even.
There is a 30% increase in risk of you getting a lung cancer if your partner smokes, if your friend smokes. Guys, 30% increase in chances because you did not say no to your friend. 30% increase because of no fault of yours, because of only one fault of yours, that you did not say no, you did not convince your friend, and you just stood by him at that time, which is a far more penalty to pay for a good, supposedly good friendship. That is not friendship, please. Next slide. So just look at this. The passive smoke contains 3 times the amounts of pyrene, 5 times the level of carbon monoxide, and it increases the lung cancer by 20 to 30%. 30% increase in chance of lung cancer if your wife, if your husband, if your father smokes. Is that not a good enough reason to quit smoking? Is that not a good enough reason to ask your parents, your brother, your sister, your friend to stop smoking? If not for them, please, I mean, we are all, at least we are all in the middle age. Are you going to give this gift of cancer to your wife, to your husband, to your mother, to your father, to your kids? I'm sure the answer has to be no. The next one. The next one, and this is for both girls and boys. Kissing a smoker is like licking an ashtray. Will you rather lick an ashtray? I don't think that's not my idea of kissing, and I'm not that old also. So the next one, please. So now, the main thing is people ask me that, Dr. Saab, I have smoked all my life. Why should I quit smoking now? Will it help? So how many of you, I see some 50-year-old people and all, will quitting smoking help when you have already smoked for 25 years, 30 years? Does it help? What is your guys' opinion? May not. May not be what is your opinion about?
So I guess prevention is always better than cure.
It is always better. Can I have the next slide?
It's better late than never.
It is better late than never. In 20 minutes, your BP and pulse rate drops to normal. Next one. 8 hours, oxygen level becomes normal. Next one. Lung function increases by 30%. Next one. In 1 year, heart attack risk is cut by half. In 5 years, your risk of stroke is cut to half. Risk of cancers of mouth, throat and esophagus cut in half. Risk of lung cancer reduced in half. Guys, there is nothing. She absolutely hit the nail on the head. There is never a time to say. There is never a late time to say no. You can even quit the smoking today. Maybe the damage which has been done is can never be undone, but your risk of getting a disease is practically cut into half by 5 years, and by 15 years you're almost as simple as what is normal is. You have a family, you have your wife, you have your kids, you have your parents. They're all dependent on you. Even if they're not dependent, you have your own life. If not for you, for them, please, please, please quit smoking. And I'm very sorry to, come after such a nice Bhangra dance by Kingdom of Dreams and cut you this message across over there. But this is also life. If that was life, this is also life, and we need to know this. Next one, please. So we all know that Wayne McLaren was a Marlboro man, when we used to watch English movies, the hat, the cigar, and the classical cowboy boots. Very few people know that he died from lung cancer in 1992. Next slide, please. And this is how he died. Just look at the guy at the prime of his life on the right, and how he died in 1992 from lung cancer. So if you don't want to be one on the right side, please, it's my earnest request to you, please stop smoking. Thank you. Thank you.
So, a question, please. We have just heard about the bad cancer, the bad effects of cancer. Is there anything good about this disease? Good cancer. Is there any sort of a good cancer?
Yes. So, people basically say cancer is a death sentence. आज मुझे कैंसर हुआ, people come and ask me, डॉक्टर साहब मैं 2 महीने जी जाऊंगा, मैं 3 महीने जी जाऊंगा. In our OPD, or probably I see around 70-80% cancer patients per day. 50% of them are follow-up of cancer patients. You have Yuvraj Singh, you have Martina Navratilova, you have Manisha Koirala, you have Lisa Ray, you have Sharad Pawar, you have Lance Armstrong. All these guys are survivors, and I am just telling you those names because they are celebrities and we know they have beaten cancer. There are at least 30% of cancers which are good cancers. You can get treated absolutely normally. Don't go to those quacks of Ayurvedic, homeopathy, and people who promise you there's a Unani medicine, Tibetan medicine which will absolutely cure you. Every day in our OPD we get 3 people saying, sir, मैं वो दूसरी दवाई ले लूँगा, chemo नहीं लूँगा. Chemotherapy, surgery, radiation therapy are just a problem of 4 months, 5 months, but they can give you long-term cure. Also, do not neglect your body. You know your body the best. If you have a cough which is not going, if you have a lump in the breast which is not going, if you have a mole which is growing ahead, there is no point in going, no harm in going to a doctor and getting it checked. A stage 1 cancer has a cure rate of 80% or 90%. 90% cure rate is not there in heart attack, in CVS, in CNS, or stroke or something. But people are very terrified of this term what's called as cancer. Don't be shy from there. It is your life which is there. If you catch a disease in stage 1, we can be 90% sure that you will be living a very, very normal life. you neglected, and you come to us in stage 4, then your survival reduces to 20%. So make friends with us, do not shy away from us, always take professional help. And definitely cancer is like 30% of cancer can definitely be cured in today's age and time.
All right.
Anything else?
So one more question I would like to ask. So can you suggest any cool alternative which can be a very good option to smoking instead?
Might you
to all the youngsters.
Take a cool cigarette. So we have nicotine replacement therapy. So nicotine is the only addictive part. It is not carcinogenic. So you can do the nicotine replacement therapy. One, you can take those lozenges or chewing gum thrice a day or 4 times a day. A very important is social support, friend support, family support, and the personal devotion. You know, so many times दोस्तों भाई वो अरे यार एक ले लेना क्या फर्क पड़ता है कल से वो कर देना. Mark Twain once said, you know, quitting smoking is very easy. I have quitted it 1,000 times. If someone is taking a good initiative, please back him or her to the hilt. He's trying to do good for the society, for himself. Please back him in this resolve. And definitely, you know, the person will be able to do it. But it's a multimodal effort. You need family, personal, social, friends, whatever support. Plus, you have medicines available for that. We have smoking cessation clinics are there. We have peer groups in that which can actually help in doing that. There is no issues about that.
I would like to say something here. Like whenever we come on these solutions to this smoking thing, we generally say like that is idea and people will quit smoking. In my opinion, let's let it and quit smoking. These factors are automatically going to be.
Yes. I think let's take a pledge, guys. I think and you know, even after this talk, if you know 5% of people are able to get convinced that you know they will stop smoking or they will convince someone to not smoke, my job is actually done. Thank you guys once again. Have a wonderful evening. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And thank you the panelists. Thanks a lot, guys. Thank you.
Well, I would like to thank Sir for your words, and I'm sure with this session, we are getting some major cigarette companies into some major crisis now. So I would like to call back my co-host for the day, Brett and Isha, to guide you through the speakings.
Thank you so much, sir, for your guidance and your words of wisdom. I hope that these 20 minutes on stage does bring a change in someone's life and does make a difference. Well, moving on to our next part of the show. Today we have a member of a nomination jury and a first frame family, Mr. Hemant Gaba. Sir is an award... Mr. Gaba is an award-winning independent filmmaker who has traveled globally with his critically acclaimed film, Shuttlecock Boys. Mr. Gaba will be talking about the independent filmmaking scenario of the country. Mr. Gaba, if we could please have you on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, could we have a thunderous round of applause for Mr. Gaba?
We welcome you, sir.
No. Hi guys. Can you turn on the lights? It's good to see people's faces when you're talking, no? Okay, so yeah, now I can see beautiful faces here. Okay, so I've been asked to speak on scope of independent filmmaking, and when I was just sitting here, I thought I'll just let you make some bullet points at least so that I don't just fumble up when I come here. So independent filmmaking, I would assume that most of you would be aware that what is actually independent filmmaking, but just in case if anybody isn't. So how do we define independent filmmaking is that anything which is non-studio funded, technically speaking, is primarily independent filmmaking. But in the last, and how it started was in the late 80s or early 90s, especially in US, there were a lot of people, a lot of filmmakers who wanted to make films outside the studio system. And that's how the independent cinema, indie cinema came, the terms came into picture. And in India, before, like in 1970s or 80s, it was parallel cinema movement, which was primarily funded by NFDC. But lately, we have been seeing this terminology coming again, which we call it indie cinema, independent cinema. So, why independent cinema, or what does it do, and how it is different from the typical Bollywood studio system? Primarily is the funding scenario, and secondly, it's also most of the independent cinema that you'll see, they're trying to break norms to a certain extent, or they're trying to follow the different route, or they're trying to think out of the box. So they're trying to do something different, which is probably not accepted conventionally speaking, and also maybe they will not get funded for the ideas that they work on, or the ideas that they're trying to crack on in terms of filmmaking as an expression. That's probably my definition as well. And then independent filmmaking as a career is a very difficult road, but I should not be saying to the aspiring independent filmmakers, if there are few here, it should sound probably discouraging. But it has its own pros and cons, and it has its own way. It depends how you look at it. So I'll just briefly touch upon that, why independent filmmaking is a little tricky and difficult road. It's primarily of two things. One is the funding itself, and secondly, the distribution system. So in the beginning of 2000, we started seeing some of the independent films coming up in the picture, but none of those films would ever get funded. Or if they get funded, if somebody puts their own money, or if there is some producer that they managed to bring the funds from, but then there was a distribution obstacle. So in 2012, which is just like 2 years back, PVR Directors Rare started something called this new label called Directors Rare, where they started releasing a lot of independent films. So that's probably one of the niche channels that has come up in India from last 2 years, where they are actually releasing a lot of independent cinema. And barring that, film festivals have always been a big place to market your films. But unfortunately, unless you crack your film for an A-grade film festival, which could be Sundance, Berlin, Cannes, or Toronto, it's very difficult to generate any amount of money through your film in film festivals. So if you crack your film to any of the A-level film festivals, you can actually charge screening fees from other smaller film festivals, and they'll automatically invite you. But if you haven't been able to crack in, let's say, A-level film festival or the big league film festival, it'll be very difficult to charge any screening fee. And you'll probably be trying to just screen your film in that the other film festivals. So that's what primarily my experience has been, and none of my films or our films have ever been managed to go to any of the A-grade festival, but that's a different story. So in terms of scope, as I was saying, that film festivals and limited theatrical distribution, which has only come up in the last 2 years, and we are counting too much on the digital distribution, which is internet, and but there haven't been any big case studies in terms of films that have actually made a lot of money digitally speaking. There are a couple of examples that I can touch upon which are positive case studies, and for example, there's a film called Lucia, which is a Kannada film, and the guy raised all the money through crowdfunding, and I'm glad that this festival is also trying to generate some money using crowdfunding, and he managed to generate roughly 50 lakhs, 55 lakhs, and that was the cash that he actually put down to make the film. And after that, he managed to release the film in all of Karnataka, and the film actually garnered 4 crores, and they managed to sell the rights to Tamil and Telugu and Hindi, etc. So, and the television rights were also like 95 lakhs. So it's one of the biggest case studies in India in the recent times, and the film came out in 2013. So, so what was different about that film that actually made this mark? The film was very different from usual Kannada cinema. But if we probably compare that film to a regular independent Hollywood or independent world cinema kind of film, then probably similar stuff has already been done before. Had that film been made in Hindi, probably it would not do that much amount of business. So it also depends. It's a very tricky area to figure out that who's your audience, and how you're going to market the film, and whether the film is going to crack, whether the concept-wise or the form-wise or the craft-wise, how you're going to do something different out of the box or something remarkable that it can hit a chord. Another case study that I can think of in the recent times is The Lunchbox. Now, Lunchbox is a very expensive film. It's probably 7, 8 crore, 6 crore. It has stars like Irfan Khan and Nawazuddin Siddiqui, but it is still an independent film till the time it was bought or it was taken over by UTV, because the funding was raised independently. So we would still call it independent film, and that film is doing very well across the world. Right now, it is in the top 5 in the independent films box office in US. It is currently playing in the US. So these are the two positive case studies that I see in the recent times, which have actually made a mark. But there are a lot of other case studies in which people have been managed to recover the money and have been managed to go on and make a second film as well. There's one example that comes to mind is called Hola Venki by Sandeep Mohan. And why I'm taking that example is because, so what happened, he made a film in 2012 called Love Wrinkle Free, which released in theaters through, again, PVR Directors Rare. But the CBFC didn't give him UA or U certificate, they gave him an A certificate. And he couldn't sell the television rights, and he was like going back and forth with CBFC. He kept doing it for I guess, couple of years. So he thought that the next film that I'm going to make, and I'm not going to go to CBFC at all. So he made a film in 10 lakhs, which was roughly 10% of his first film's budget, and he has managed to recover 80% of the cost, but he still doesn't have a CBFC certificate. And how he has done that, he has actually organized community screenings, and he doesn't charge you for a ticket, but he carries a projector in his backpack. He goes to a place, he organizes screenings where 25, 30, 35 people maximum would come for a screening, and anybody who likes the film actually ends up donating for the film. So this is like one example where people have tried to break the typical norm. So he's trying to say, he's also trying to show, pardon my language, middle finger to CBFC, but also at the same time he's trying to say that if you're not going to allow me to do it, I'm going to find an alternative ways to do it. So that's actually the power of sort of independent cinema, that people can actually break away from the norms and try to do something different. And what else? So independent filmmaking as a career, I don't know. It depends on the individual, what they're looking for in their life. It is definitely a tough career, and it's a very, I would, in my personal experience and little bit of learning that I had in the last 4 or 5 years, it is very important to have something going on that supports you financially. It could be, let's say, you're doing some corporate films on the end, you're doing some commissioned documentaries, you're doing TVCs, or you're doing something else on the side that keeps supporting you. Otherwise, it is very difficult to sustain for independent filmmaking as a career, initially at least, till the time you actually become a brand, or you become known, or you start getting funding for your own films. So, but on the pro side, I would say that there is a lot of contentment, there's a lot of thrill, and there is a lot of expression. So, if I want to make something, if I want to make a film, the kind of film I want to make, that is the power that it gives me. And even if nobody wants to fund it, and that's and you being able to go out there and just do it, that itself is a feat in itself. So that's how I see it. And I'll leave the floor open, and if anybody wants to ask me any questions about independent films, if I have the answer, I'll be glad to share it with you. Anyone? No? We'll save some time, yeah? Okay, cool. Guys? Hello? Yeah, you can give me applause. Thank you, guys. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you, sir, for those words of wisdom. Can we have a huge round of applause, ladies and gentlemen?
Up next, we have an in-house musical performance by Ankush Rajput, Rajat Mazumdar and Nitesh Kapoor, comprising of Murag. They got this term from the World Percussion Festival in 2013. This performance is merged of junk and instruments. Well, now that sounds like music. So ladies and gentlemen, here's presenting Murag.
Cannot hear the claps once again. Till the time our rock stars are ready with their band, we would like to thank our sponsors, our Korean Cultural Center, our country partners, Colombo International Students Film Festival and Digital Film Academy Sri Lanka Foundation, our official international festival partners, ONGC, our co-sponsors, Kingdom of Dreams, our entertainment partners, Dainik Jagran City Plus and Tehelka, our print media partners, Youth Time and Your Story, our online media partners, Reese Cotton and Punjab National Bank, our associate partners, Wishberry, our crowdfunding partners, and Lota Bachpan, our social cause partners. We would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude and thank Intas Pharmaceuticals Limited for their support to our event. We would also like to thank our jury, members of the press, and all those present here for this two-day celebration of young cinema, celebration of young dreams. Let's have a huge round of applause for all of them.
Madhubala Institute of Communication and Electronic Media has been at the forefront of media and film innovations and achievements for over a decade and has been a very proud institute to welcome film cinemas. First Frame is an institute an honest initiative to create a world-renowned platform for the ever-growing student filmmaker community. Well, I hope you guys are ready to rock the stage because we have Murad Govia presenting us with their musical performance.
Performance by Murad. One more time for them, please. One more time. Murad, go Murad. All right. Before we move on, the first thing I would like to say, thank you all the people present over here for attending this festival, for being a part of us, for being a part of First Frame and making it such a huge show for us. So by the time we begin with our valedictory function, I would request if there's any director of the films that were screened in the 2-day period who's here. Okay, that was a minor goof up. Let's continue. So if there's any other director who's here with us of the films and would like to share the experience with the audience, I would request you to come on stage, please. Do we have any director of any film over here? Please, sir.
Hello people. Yesterday my film Toba Texing was screened and today Gumantul, the last film. So I hope you guys enjoyed the film. And lights, please, lights. I want to see the people. Please, lights.
Is he speaking?
So, Gumantul was today and yesterday Toba Texing. Toba Texing was my first fiction which I made as my classroom project, and Gumantul was my diploma film which I made this year. And If I will say about my journey, it started in NID. It started as a raw person who was not knowing anything about films and all. And I started, after going to NID, I just started making films after my foundation course. And this two films, thank you. These two films, the one the fiction and the final film, diploma film, is the journey of those moments. And if I will say about the Ghumantu, it was a tough journey for me because when I came to Delhi for research for this film, I was expecting the kind of support from the people who are associated with the colony and the system, and never got. But I had a dream that I will make this film, and I did the research of almost 2 months, and then after the research I felt that they deserve at least this kind of film, because there are so many filmmakers who have already made the film on them, they have made money out of them, but they have not given even the film to them, to at least make them feel happy that how they look behind the camera or in front of camera. So I tried my best, and if you guys have any question about the film, about Toba Texing or maybe about the Ghumantu, you can ask me, you can catch me later. Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for being on the stage. So, before we move any further, I would take this as an opportunity to thank all our sponsors, all the viewers, and each and every person from the jury, from the nomination jury to the final jury, and to everyone who's been a part of this festival. Thank you so much. Thanks a lot for making this festival what it is today. So, I would like to thank the sponsors, obviously. I would like to begin with the Korean Cultural Center, our official, Korean Cultural Center, our country partners, Colombo International Students Film Festival and the Digital Academy, Sri Lanka Foundation, our official international festival partners, ONGC, our co-sponsors, Kingdom of Dreams, our entertainment partners, Dainik Jagran, City Plus, Tehelka, our print media partners, Youth Times and Your Story, our online media partners, and our associate partners, and everybody yet again for being there. Thank you. Oops, I forgot something. So let's continue. See, yet again, I'm thankful to everybody who's there. But then, I would like to introduce you to the entire journey of First Frame from the year 2003 to the 6th edition that has happened in this 2-day period. So, a quick rewind to the year 2003. MBSM was determined to bring a wave of change and received participation from 3 other media colleges, giving birth to the obvious concept, First Frame. Can we have a huge round of applause, please? Whereas in the year 2004, First Frame went a notch higher, turning into a national film festival with entries from premier institutes like Film and Television Institute of India, Pune, Indian Institute of Mass Communication, Delhi, Mass Communication Research Center, Jamia Millia Islamia, Amity University, Delhi University, and Symbiosis Institute of Mass Communication, Pune. In its 3rd edition, First Frame went through the roofs. Becoming the International Film Festival was a quantum leap for this event. It received entries from countries like Germany and Nepal and saw an unusual participation at the national level too. The launch of First Frame 2008 was received 91 international entries from across 14 countries. 5 years later, First Frame was revived with its 5th edition. in year 2003. The undying hard work and the energy put in by the First Frame team fueled this mammoth task of building this event from the scratch. Its grand success got us to the 2014 edition of this year, the 6th edition of First Frame. Thank you all for being a part of it. Today, yes, we have become one of the biggest international students' film festival in India, receiving 16 international entries from across countries and across the globe, including Albania, Brazil, Denmark, Korea, New Zealand, Sri Lanka, Ukraine, and the United Kingdom. This love for films comes along with an unbeatable spirit of creating new benchmarks. Madhubala Institute of Communication and Electronic Media has been at the forefront of media and film innovations and achievements for over a decade now. We are a modest institute located in village Madangir and the center of the new cine wave happening globally. First Frame was and will be our institute's humble and honest initiative to create a world-renowned platform for the ever-growing filmmaker community. We'll now begin with the valedictory ceremony, and I would like to invite my co-hosts for the evening, Ashish Peter and Sushant Tunyal, to take the evening forward with you. Thank you.
Isn't it refreshing? That mixed feeling when you wake up from an amazing dream to a harsh reality, enthralled by its intensity, yet saddened by its end. These weren't just spectacular films, they were portals into a new world. A world which exists within each one of us, a world to escape into, a world with boundless possibilities. And for this, we owe thanks to all of you present here for sharing these brilliant dreams with us, and moreover, to all the dream weavers from across 9 countries for sending in a piece of their oceanic imagination. Thank you, everyone. Let's have a huge round of applause for everyone present here. Over the last 2 days, we had 39 spectacular films from all over the world screened for our audience. The virtual world went abuzz with tweets and posts about the festival's incredible lineup of films and its exemplary show of talent, both in terms of the participation and the organization. We got compared to the gods of coolness, the Ashland and the Indigrits. If that wasn't enough, the premiere of the Korean film, Miracle of a Giving Phone, left the audience raving for more. Throughout the course of the last 3 months, our team toiled hard to give you the show that you witnessed in the last 2 days. And bringing all of it to a final conclusion is the last part of the event, the valedictory. Hi, I'm Ashish.
और मैं सुशांत तुनियाल इस महोत्सव के स्टूडेंट कोऑर्डिनेटर स्वागत करते हैं आपका इस भव्य महोत्सव फर्स्ट फ्रेम 2014 में। तो एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं इस भव्य महोत्सव के लिए। इससे पहले हम इस फंक्शन की शुरुआत करें, मैं आप सभी लोगों से निवेदन करता हूं कि एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं इस महोत्सव के दर्शकों, जूरी के सदस्यों और सबसे पहले उन सभी लोगों के लिए जिनका योगदान इस महोत्सव को सफल बनाने में अहम रहा है।
जोरदार तालियां। For the next part of the ceremony, we would like to call upon the stage our honorary dignitaries, the chief guest, Mr. Kim Kyung Pyang, Director, Korean Cultural Center, India. Members of our nomination jury, Mr. Hemant Gaba, filmmaker, producer, and founder, Pennywise Films. We would also like to further call upon members of our final jury, Mr. Mike Berry, jury Emmy and BAFTA, and founder, Golden Tulip Films. Ms. Shazia Khan, documentary filmmaker and founder, Saffron Films. Mr. Shailendra Pandey, national photo editor, Roop Patrika, and the members of our management committee, Padma Shri Dr. P.K. Julka, Honorary President, Shri Vijay Kumar, Honorary Vice President, Shri A.S. Avasti, Chairman Program Advisory Committee, and Professor M.B. Julka, Festival Director and Director, MBSM.
एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं हमारे सभी गणमान्य व्यक्तियों के लिए जो सभी अभी मंचासीन हैं। एक बार जोरदार तालियां, जोरदार। अब मैं इस महोत्सव की को-कोऑर्डिनेटर जसप्रीत कौर को मंच पर आमंत्रित करता हूं तथा उनसे निवेदन करता हूं कि वो हमारे ऑनरेबल चीफ गेस्ट कोरियन कल्चर सेंटर इंडिया के डायरेक्टर किम कुम प्योंग का स्वागत करें तथा उनसे आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें। एक बार जोरदार तालियां। अब मैं ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम की मेंबर साक्षी बत्रा से आग्रह करूंगा कि वो मंच पर आए तथा हमारे मेंबर ऑफ नॉमिनेशन जूरी मिस्टर हेमंत गाबा का स्वागत करें तथा उनसे शुभकामनाएं प्राप्त करें। मैं अब ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम मेंबर श्वेता गौड़ से निवेदन करूंगा कि वो मंच पर आए और ग्रुप पत्रिका के नेशनल फोटो एडिटर श्री शैलेंद्र पांडे का स्वागत करें तथा उनसे आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें। अब मैं ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम मेंबर सुरभि को मंच पर बुलाना चाहूंगा और आग्रह करता हूं कि वे मेंबर ऑफ फाइनल जूरी मिस्टर माइक बेरी का स्वागत करें तथा उनका आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें। मैं अब महोत्सव के कोऑर्डिनेटर आशीष सोनिक से निवेदन करूंगा कि वे मंच पर आए और मेंबर ऑफ फाइनल जूरी शाजिया खान का स्वागत करें तथा उनका आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें। अब मैं ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम के सदस्य अंकुश राजपूत से निवेदन करता हूं कि वे एम्बिसम सोसाइटी के ऑनरेरी प्रेसिडेंट तथा पद्मश्री डॉक्टर पीके जुल्का का स्वागत करें तथा उनका आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें। मैं अब ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम के सदस्य ध्रुव माहेश्वरी से निवेदन करूंगा कि वे महोत्सव तथा एम्बिसम की निदेशिका प्रोफेसर एम बी जुल्का का स्वागत करें तथा उनका आशीर्वाद प्राप्त करें। अब मैं मेंबर ऑफ ऑर्गेनाइजिंग टीम मोनिका चौहान को मंच पर बुलाना चाहूंगा और उनसे आग्रह करता हूं कि वो किंगडम ऑफ ड्रीम्स की रिप्रेजेंटेटिव प्रियंका भाकू का स्वागत करें तथा उनसे शुभकामनाएं प्राप्त करें।
Magzelle is our college's annual newsletter, and for the next part of the event, we will be launching the live edition of Magzelle. I would request the dignitaries to release the live edition of student newsletter Magzelle, which has covered the two-day film extravaganza here at Arya Auditorium in its latest edition. Before that, I would like to call upon the young team of Maxell, the editor Aditya Sharma, and the young designer Himanshu Ahuja for the launch of the newsletter. I request the dignitaries to please launch the much-awaited edition of Maxell. Huge round of applause for the team, please. Let's have a huge round of applause. They've been working hard since the last 2 days while we've been having fun here. They deserve every bit of this. Can we have some photographs, please? Photographers, you are more than welcome to click pictures with them. All right. For the next part of the event, I would like to invite Ms. Shazia Khan, member of the final jury, to please address the audience and share her experience of judging the films in these 2 days. Ma'am, please.
Good evening, everybody. It's been quite an honor to be the jury for this Students' Film Festival. I thank the management for asking me to come here and be the jury, because I feel in these 2 days I learned so much. And the energy which I felt again after many years of not being a student and practicing filmmaking, and now being here and seeing all this energy is really very inspiring. And that's what I also saw in the films. I learned new things. What really inspired me was looking at the student films and saying, wow, sometimes we have to break the norms, and it's so easy to break the norms. And that's what I was looking at that in the films, that everything may not be done according to convention. So, and then it becomes more nicer and beautiful as well, because we get trained to think in a certain way over the years. You know that this works, this is right, this is wrong, and then you become straight-jacketed. And that was the energy that I got back. So really, instead of me, I thank all of you for giving me that, and I thank the management for asking me. Really, please keep the innovative spirit alive. That's what we need. We have to break that. We have to innovate. That's what we are here for. Thank you.
Let's have a huge round of applause for Shazia ma'am. She's been judging these films over the last 2 days and has been extremely patient with us. Huge round of applause for her. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Mike C. Berry, member of the final jury, to share his experience.
Hi, good evening. First of all, I am very thankful to the entire team, organizers, Mrs. Professor Julka and her team. Congratulations, and you have done marvelous job. Marvelous job. I have seen a number of festivals from last almost 15-20 years. I am just a part of the international festivals and other festivals, being the jury member of worldwide. The enthusiasm, what a great enthusiasm within the students of this university. Great. And in last 2 days, I have previewed number of films. Really, they're such a great students. Creativity on a higher level. They're creative. They're intelligent. They know the content. They know the subject, and they know how to execute. This is a marvelous thing. Without any external support, funding, equipment-wise, other things. They have done a marvelous job. And congratulations to all the participants. The level of filming, I remember when I was just a student of the institutes, industry and others. At that time we didn't have any kind of sport. There was only one channel called the Doordarshan, and now there are a number of channels and news channels, funding agencies, blah blah blah. So I personally join our organization called the Universal Film Festival Organization. Universal Film Festival Organization, we organize worldwide festivals right from USA to UK, African countries, Australian, Middle East, everywhere. So I welcome all new would-be filmmakers, rather now we can say there are filmmakers. Please come and join us. I will try to make you forward to the worldwide film fraternity. I would like to join the film worldwide fraternity. It's my open invitation to you all. Thank you very much once again. Thanks to Professor Julka and the entire team. Wish you all the best. Hope for the years. Bye bye. Take care. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, sir. Let's have a huge round of applause for Mr. Mike Berry. He's taken out time from his extremely busy schedule to be a part of this event. Thank you, sir. Moving on, we have the most anticipated part of the festival, the award distribution. The first award of the evening is for the recently held blogging competition on the topic Emergence of Korean Dramas on the Indian Television Circuit, in association with Korean Cultural Center, India. I would like to inform the participants that the competition is judged on three main criteria, namely the content, the designing, and the promotion of their blogs. I request Mr. Kim Kum Pyung, Director, KCC India, to give away the awards. First of all, the first winner is the runner-up for the competition, Sanjana Vishwanathan from MSM New Delhi. Sanjana's poem in the blog was loved by the judges and made it one of their favorites. Can we have Sanjana on stage, please? Sanjana, you win a cash prize of rupees 2,000, along with citation and a Kingdom of Dreams voucher, and of course the goodies from KCC India. Next, we'll have the winner on stage. Let's call Rhythm Sachdeva from MSM New Delhi, the winner of the recently held blogging competition. Rhythm, you win a cash prize of rupees 3,000 along with citation, Kingdom of Dreams voucher for the show Jumru, and of course the goodies courtesy KCC India.
हमारा अगला अवार्ड है F8 नेशनल स्टूडेंट फोटोग्राफी कंपटीशन। इस वर्ष F8 में एक नए वर्ग को सम्मिलित किया गया है। इसका मकसद स्कूली छात्रों की प्रतिभा को एक मंच प्रदान करना है। स्कूल वर्ग में महोत्सव को देश भर से 16 फोटोज प्राप्त हुई हैं।
To begin with, we'll be announcing the names of the winners from the school category. The second prize goes to Yash Goenka from Bluebells International School. Yash, if you're present here, I request you to join Mr. Shailendra Pandey, who will be giving away the prize. You win 3,000 rupees cash prize for this photograph, a glorious F8 trophy along with citation and a Kingdom of Dreams voucher. And let's not forget the goodies courtesy KCC India.
एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं।
Yash Goenka from Bluebells. The first prize in the school category goes to Nayan Dhameja from Manav Sthali. I request Nayan to join us on stage and collect his trophy along with a cash prize of rupees 5,000, the Kingdom of Dreams voucher and goodies from KCC India. Nayan Dhameja. If you have anyone, let's have someone collect the awards for Nayan. Alright, the prizes will be sent to Nayan. Moving on. The next award is the much anticipated category of the on-the-spot mobile filmmaking competition. It was a close fight this time around, with almost 10 entries received in a limited time of just 6 hours. We received some absolute marvels, and the runner-up of this year's on-the-spot mobile filmmaking competition is none other than Antrik Anvesan from Jamia Millia Islamia. Antrik, can we have you on stage, please? Antrik, you won yourself cash prize of rupees 5,000 along with citation, Kingdom of Dreams voucher and goodies from KCC India. Can we have Mr. Shailendra Pandey to give away the awards, please? Next, we'll be announcing the winner of the competition, of the on-the-spot mobile filmmaking competition. The first prize of this competition goes to Amit Sharma from MSM New Delhi. Amit, you win a cash prize of rupees 7,500, citation, Kingdom of Dreams voucher and goodies from KCC India. Huge round of applause for Amit and his team, please. Next, we'll be announcing the winners of the National Photography Competition. The runner-up of this year's edition of F8 National Photography Competition is Rahul Chaudhary from Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. We request Rahul to come on stage and collect his trophy along with the cash prize of 7,500, citations, Kingdom of Dreams voucher and goodies. Can we have a huge round of applause for Rahul? The first prize goes to Nadeem Ansari from Jamia Millia Islamia, New Delhi. We request Nadeem to come on stage and collect his awards.
अब बढ़ते हैं अगली कैटेगरी की ओर। हमारी अगली कैटेगरी है नेशनल एड फिल्म, जिसका अवार्ड जाता है नीलेश निगम को उनकी फिल्म फायरफॉक्स बाइसिकल के लिए। और मैं नीलेश निगम से आग्रह करता हूं कि वो मंच पर आए और कोरियन कल्चरल सेंटर के डायरेक्टर किम कुंग प्यंग से अपना पुरस्कार प्राप्त करें।
Can we have you on stage, please, sir? Mr. Kim, to give away the awards. Mr. Kim, along with Mr. Mike Berry.
हमारी अगली कैटेगरी है नेशनल स्कूल स्टूडेंट फिल्म। और इससे पहले कि मैं इस फिल्म का नाम आपको बताऊं, मैं इस प्रतियोगी के बारे में 2 शब्द कहना चाहूंगा। कुछ भी हो, हौसला टूटे नहीं। क्या हुआ जो मुश्किलों का साथ छूटा नहीं। मंजिलें तो मिल ही जाएंगी मेरे यार, बुज़दिल तो वो है जो घर से निकले ही नहीं। तो एक बार जोरदार तालियों से स्वागत करते हैं पश्चिम बंगाल से आए अमृतेंदु रॉय का, जिन्होंने ये प्रतियोगिता जीती है। एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए अमृतेंदु रॉय के लिए।
Huge round of applause for Amritendu, please.
इसके बाद बढ़ते हैं अपनी अगली कैटेगरी की ओर। नेशनल फिक्शन फिल्म की का अवार्ड जीता है कन्यका ने। तो एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए कन्यका के लिए। और मैं निवेदन करूंगा साजिया खान मैम से कि वो मंच पर आए और इन प्रतियोगी को उनका अवार्ड दें।
Christo Tommy, the director of this film, Christo Tommy. Do we have Christo here? All right, we'll be sending Christo all his prize rewards. Christo will be watching us on YouTube right now, so we congratulate Christo here. Let's have a huge round of applause for Christo. The next part of the event is the awards for the international fiction category. We received participation from almost 9 countries from the world. Countries like Albania, Sri Lanka, UK, New Zealand, Ukraine and Brazil. And out of all these films, only 3 qualified for the final screening. It gives us immense pleasure to announce the winner of the Best International Fiction category. It's none other than Selvi by Lekha Edrisinghe from Digital Film Academy, Sri Lanka Foundation. I would like to call upon Shazia Khan on stage to give away the awards, please. Huge round of applause for Lekha. She's flown over from Colombo especially for our festival.
अब हमारा अगला अवार्ड है बेस्ट नेशनल डॉक्यूमेंट्री फिल्म। इस वर्ग की फिल्मों के बीच भी काफी कड़ा मुकाबला रहा है और इस कड़े मुकाबले में अव्वल नंबर पर बाजी मारने वाली फिल्म है दिस फिल्दी लाइफ, जो कि डायरेक्ट की है स्मृति सिंह ने। एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाए स्मृति सिंह के लिए। स्मृति सिंह, तालियों की गड़गड़ाहट में थोड़ी सी कमी नजर आ रही है, तो एक बार जोरदार तालियां हो जाएं स्मृति सिंह के लिए।
Next, we have the final award for the evening for the international documentary. After many discussions and contemplation, our jury decided upon the final award. The winner for this year's international documentary is none other than Gumantu by Ajay Kanodia. We request Ajay to join us on stage and collect the award by Mr. Hemant Gaba and Mr. Kim Kyumpong. The prize money of ₹25,000. The glorious first frame trophy, citation, KOD vouchers and goodies from KCC India. It was one great fight this year. Out of the 131 films received, we chose some of the best films. These directors are some of the most talented young directors in our country, and we take much pride in the fact that we managed to get them all together under one roof. We will remember this for a long time and hope that this is just the beginning of many associations to follow. Let's have a huge round of applause for all the winners, along with the participants. On that note, I would like to call our chief guest, Mr. Kim, Director KCC India, to address the gathering and share his experience. Sir, can we have you on stage, please?
Good evening, everyone. Namaskar. First of all, congratulations for all the winners tonight who will be invited Cannes in 5 years, maybe. Congratulations all the winners participants. And I'm so happy to join this first film festival as a country partner. Just tell you why we enjoyed this festival, only because the enthusiastic presentation by the student representative. Where are they? They are very enthusiastic to do this festival, to promote this festival. So I'm so happy, and especially Director Julka warm welcomed us. I'm so happy, and I hope our relationship will be continued. And one thing I'd like to introduce you, Korea is not just a foreign country. Korea is your relative country. So the reason why Korea is your relative country, I'll know you when you come to our center. Rajpat Nagar, we just opened our center, so I hope you come and see our center sooner or later. Thank you.
Before we move ahead, let's take a look at the last 2 days clippings that our students from the first frame team have collected. We've managed to create a video here, so we'll be taking a look at that video right now.
नमस्कार, मैं रोहित मौर्य स्वागत करता हूं आप सभी का अपने सहयोगी गुरजोत और हरप्रीत के साथ एमबीटीवी के इस खास कार्यक्रम मंथन में। और आज हम आपको रूबरू कराएंगे मधुबाला इंस्टीट्यूट द्वारा आयोजित 6ठे अंतर्राष्ट्रीय फिल्म महोत्सव में। तो आइए जानते हैं कि क्या कुछ खास है इस महोत्सव में।
मधुबाला इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन एंड इलेक्ट्रॉनिक मीडिया का 6ठा इंटरनेशनल फिल्म फेस्टिवल इस बार आगे ऑडिटोरियम में आयोजित किया गया। इस फेस्टिवल का मकसद भावी फिल्म मेकर्स की प्रतिभा को सामने लाना है। 2 दिन तक चलने वाले फेस्टिवल में न केवल पूरे देश बल्कि विदेशों से भी फिल्मों को शामिल किया गया। इस बार विश्व भर के 8 देशों से फिल्में आई।
समारोह में क्राउड फंड, लाइव स्ट्रीम, टॉक शॉप्स और लाइव सर्कल जैसे नए कॉन्सेप्ट को भी शामिल किया गया। फिल्मों को बेस्ट फिक्शन फिल्म नेशनल एंड इंटरनेशनल और बेस्ट डॉक्यूमेंट्री नेशनल एंड इंटरनेशनल में बांटा गया। साथ ही इस बार 2 कैटेगरी बेस्ट एड फिल्म नेशनल और बेस्ट स्टूडेंट फिल्म स्कूल को भी शामिल किया गया। फिल्मों के अलावा यहाँ तीसरा एफएट नेशनल फोटोग्राफी कंपटीशन और मोबाइल फिल्म मेकिंग कंपटीशन को भी शामिल किया गया। पहले दिन समारोह की शुरुआत श्री बिमल जुल्का, डॉक्टर अर्णव वासुदेव और प्रोफेसर एमबी जुल्का ने दीप प्रज्वलित करके की। साथ ही चीफ गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर, नॉमिनेशन जूरी और मैनेजमेंट मेंबर्स को सम्मानित किया गया। इसके बाद फेस्टिवल डायरेक्टर प्रोफेसर एमबी जुल्का ने सम्मानित अतिथियों का स्वागत करते हुए समारोह के बारे में कहा।
It is with immense pleasure and honor I offer a warm welcome to all of you worldwide and thank you for gracing this important occasion. First Film 2014, the 6th edition of International Students Film Festival, live streamed by the students, for the students and by the students.
इस बार 131 फिल्मों की एंट्रीज आई और प्रीलिमिनरी राउंड के बाद 47 फिल्मों को फाइनल के लिए सेलेक्ट किया गया। समारोह में 1000 से ज्यादा ऑडियंस ने हिस्सा लिया, जिसमें स्टूडेंट्स, पेरेंट्स, प्रोफेशनल फिल्म मेकर्स, क्रिटिक्स और अन्य मीडिया मेंबर्स भी शामिल हुए। समारोह की गेस्ट ऑफ ऑनर मिस अर्णव वासुदेव ने फर्स्ट फिल्म से संबंधित अपने अनुभवों को साझा किया।
Today, the way we're going to be politically aware and involved and use your medium, which you know, photography and cinema and media and television, to make people aware. I think it's really very important, and I'm very happy to see that this institute is doing that, and it gives me great encouragement to think that there is a future which is bright. Thank you very much.
श्री बिमल जुल्का, सचिव सूचना एवं प्रसारण मंत्रालय ने अपने संबोधन में समारोह की सफलता की कामना करते हुए समारोह आरंभ करने की घोषणा की।
Honorable Professor M.B. Julka, Director of the Madhubala Institute of Communication and Electronic Media, respected Shri Avasthi ji, the Chairman of the Media Advisory Committee of the Institute, respected Dr. P.K. Julka, Padam Shri Professor of All India Institute of Medical Sciences, respected Professor Dr. Aruna Vasudeva ji, respected Shri Divash Nath ji, distinguished guests, members of the faculty, respected members of the jury, and above all, our dear friends who are participants at this institute. It's indeed a matter of great privilege and honor to be present at this occasion of the First Films 2014, which is being thrown open today. At the outset, I think I would like to just convey that how lucky you are in the field of media and entertainment. Despite the talk of the global meltdown of the economy because of various reasons, the slowdown which we have been experiencing over the last 1.5, 2 years, media and entertainment industry is growing at a phenomenal pace of almost on an average of 11 to 12%. Be it radio, be it television, be it films, print media, social media, there's a lot of revolution, a silent revolution which is taking place globally and in India also. Wish you all the best. Good luck. Thank you. Jai Hind.
समारोह आरंभ होने के उपरांत सर्वप्रथम संस्थान की वार्षिक पत्रिका झनकार का विमोचन मुख्य अतिथियों के द्वारा झनकार टीम की उपस्थिति में किया गया। प्रथम सत्र में फिल्म स्क्रीनिंग की शुरुआत स्कूली बच्चों द्वारा बनाई गई आकर्षक फिल्मों से की गई, जैसे फुटबॉल, स्टॉप बुलिंग, स्टॉप आर्ट लविंग और सेव वाटर सेव लाइफ, जिससे समाज की महत्वपूर्ण समस्याओं पर इन फिल्मों के माध्यम से प्रकाश डाला गया। इसके बाद नेशनल कैटेगरी में फिक्शन फिल्मों की बारी आई। NID अहमदाबाद से फिल्म जनहित में जारी से इस कैटेगरी की शुरुआत की गई। समारोह में आगे इंटरनेशनल फिक्शन की बारी आई। फिल्म स्क्रीनिंग के बाद टॉक शो हुआ। पहले दिन का समापन हुआ। Thank you. Now I would like to call upon Professor Emery Zulka, Festival Director and Director MBSM, to present a short report on the two-day film extravaganza. Can we please have you?
Well, my task has been made very easy through the video. all the students, you've done my job, you know. Our chief guest, His Excellency Dr. Kim Kum Pyong, Director, Counselor, Korean Cultural Center, our distinguished nomination jury members, Shri Hemant Gaba, Shri Ashish Pandya, we had the other two members who were Mr. Pankaj Johar, and we had Rajini, who are right now not there. And our eminent final jury members, Mr. Mike C. Berry, you know, he's been the jury for Emmy and BAFTA, and founder Golden Tulip Films, Ms. Shazia Khan, independent documentary filmmaker and producer, and we have Mr. Shailendra Pandey, the national photo editor, Group Patrika, Dr. Julka, and members across seated here from the faculty from different colleges, affiliated colleges, university, student filmmakers, photographers, members of the staff of MBSM, media people, our students, staff members, and the management. We all know that this, while I'm standing here, the entire valedictory function has been live streamed, and I'm feeling wonderful since standing in front of you, and that people across the globe can, you know, watch the first frame closing ceremony, and also the 2 days clip that we saw. All the international participants, film festival from Sri Lanka, Mr. Dhanushka Gunatilake, and Professor Ranjit Bandara, Chairman, Sri Lanka Foundation, are virtually present here through the simulcast. And it is with immense pleasure and honor that I offer welcome to all of you worldwide, and thank you for gracing this important occasion, the valedictory function of the First Frame 2014, the 6th edition of International Students Film Festival, a unique event being organized in New Delhi, India by the undergraduate students of Bachelor of Journalism and Mass Communication of MBSM affiliated to GGSIP University. So the 2 days film festival, as you saw, was inaugurated by Shri Bimal Julka, IAS, Secretary, Ministry of Information Broadcasting, Government of India, who provided us an overview of the entertainment and media industry in India, describing the fresh initiatives in the cinematic culture. The guest of honor, Aruna Vasudev, founder President Network for the Promotion of Asian Cinema, highlighted the effectiveness of documentary as an important area which is taking over the entertainment world. So the USP of the First Frame 2014 has been, you know, not only in terms of live streaming, but blog competition. For the first time, blog competition awards were introduced, which were partnered by our country partner, Korean Cultural Center. So another initiative of Team First Frame ran a 30-day campaign on Wishberry to become the first ever students' film festival to crowdfund. The campaign, a huge success, and gradually became one of the favorite campaigns on Wishberry. And we managed to generate an amount of rupees 1,56,700 INR from more than 100 contributors.
So I'm sure when you entered, you must have wondered as to what the tree made out of junk is doing at the festival. But I'd like to share that this is the maiden effort of our students who, as a corporate social responsibility, have managed to create the tree symbolizing the circle of life with waste material and trash collected from the vicinity of MBSM, situated in the urbanized village Madangir in South Delhi. So for the first time, the concept of a live circle for enthusiastic discussions on films and cinema was initiated. And both days we had sessions, and cinematography and print world were discussed. We also introduced for the first time the concept of a talk shop to foster healthy interactions between film and media experts and festival audience. The concept is an amalgamation between a talk, a workshop that can help establish a media shop and business. And yesterday we had Mike Berry talk to the audience, and today Mr. Hemant Gaba talked to the audience while you were present there. So the best part, which was another highlight of the festival, was the premiere of the critically acclaimed Korean film Miracles of a Giving Fool, which was screened on the day one of the festival. So we really want to thank our partners, our sponsors. This year the festival did see a growth in the number of partners who joined hands with the First Frame family. And at the outset, I want to thank you and your team, sir, from the Korean Cultural Center India, our official country partner. I also want to thank the Colombo International Students Film Festival, our official international festival partner. The Oil and Natural Gas Commission, our co-sponsor. The Kingdom of Dreams, our entertainment partners, who provided the vouchers for all the winners and all the participants, and also provided, you know, the world beautiful panorama and the show that we saw this evening. The Punjab National Bank and Greaves Cotton are our associate partners, and Wishbury.in our crowdfunding partners. Lotta Watchman, our social cause partner, and the media partners included Tehelka, Dainik Jagran and City Plus, and Your Story and Youth Time, our online partners. Our health partner was Intaz Pharmaceutical, who took up the CSR title, Conversation with the Doctor, on the 2 days, and we had Dr. Rajat Shah and Dr. Ullas Batra today, who talked about cancer awareness and hazards of smoking, keeping the spirit of the World Health Day that was on the 7th of April. So we are extremely happy to tell you that the festival saw a huge rise in the number of countries that participated in the event, from Sri Lanka, Albania, United Kingdom, Ukraine, Spain, Brazil, New Zealand, and of course India. The total number of entries surged to 131 entries, and it was actually a mammoth task for the nomination jury, who worked in two groups, jury 1 and jury 2, and actually screened all those films. And we must give a huge round of applause to the nomination jury. F8, the third national photography competition, also managed to be a crowd favorite, getting about 124 entries from participants both from schools and colleges. So there were 8 entries on art and culture for on-the-spot mobile filmmaking competition held on day 1 of the festival from 12 noon to 5 p.m. There were 25 entries which were received for block competition awards partnered by Korean Cultural Center India. So I want to really thank our nomination jury and the final jury. And the members of the nomination jury comprised of Mr. Hemant Gaba, indie filmmaker, producer, and writer who is also a partner and director of the Pennywise Films Private Limited. Mr. Ashish Pandya, sound editor, sound recordist, and sound designer, who is known for his work in documentary films like I Am and Ayodhya Gatha, and feature films like Monsoon Wedding. Mr. Pankaj Johar, also a partner at the Pennywise Films Private Limited and an independent filmmaker and producer. Ms. Rajni Basumatre, film director, producer, and writer known for her work in Assamese films and founder Manna Films. The final jury, the jury included Mr. Mike C. Berry, who's right on the stage. He's the jury for Emmy and BAFTA and founder Golden Tulip Films. Mr. Ranjit Kapoor, filmmaker and theater activist, was there, but due to ill health, he moved out from the screening. Ms. Shazia Khan, independent documentary filmmaker and producer, was right on the stage, along with Mr. Shailendra Pandey, national photo editor, Group Patrika, who helped us out in deciding the entries for the awards for photography, national photography competition, both in the school category as well as the college category. So on 25th March, we organized a press conference at the New Delhi YMCA, which was attended by 40 media personnel from various media organizations, including the government media, All India Radio, Prasar Bharati. The success of the conference can be measured by the number of press coverages in print, broadcast, radio, and online media the festival received. And I want to really thank all the participants who've been able to come over to Delhi and receive the awards here from the chief guest and the dignitaries on the board. Well, last and not the least, it's only befitting that I applaud and thank each one of my colleagues, dear faculty, members of staff, and students in particular of MBSM, and the Honorary Secretary of MBSM Society, who worked absolutely day and night to make this program a great success. I really want to thank all the members, in particular the core team that worked for the first frame 2014, including the Deputy Festival Director, Ms. Priyanka Kumar, Faculty Coordinator, Ms. Neha Pandey, whose direction the program actually worked. Let's have her on the stage. I'd also like to call Faculty Co-Coordinator Dr. Ramesh Kumar Sharma, who oversaw the technical operations. I'd like you to come on the stage. The student coordinators Ashish Peter and Sushant Unyal. Please. The student co-coordinators Jaspreet Kalia, Kela, and Ashish Sonic. And I want the core team Ayushi Agrawal, Anu Ghehani, Monica Chauhan, Roshan Babu, Surbhi, Sakshi Batra, Shweta Gaur, and Sushant Ghai to come up on the stage. Now, where is the coordinator? Now, this is the core team, but the core team, let's give it. Now, this core team was supported by a huge list of people, and I'd like all of them to be here on the stage, so that you can have a joint photograph with the VIPs on the stage. Please come. And all of you join behind, for a composite photograph to be put on the YouTube channel and to be put on the first frame team. And as a festival director, I'd like to thank Miss Kumkum Jaiswal, Korean Cultural Center, and Mr. Sunil Rawat from Korean Cultural Center, from Kingdom of Dreams, Miss Priyanka Baku, from the Colombo International Festival, Dhanushka Gunatilake, from the ONGC, Abhijit Bhattacharya, from Vishwari Anshulika Dubey, Lata Bachwan, Prashant Srivastav, Miss Chanchal Verma, PNB Givish Kochar, Cotton Greaves, Mr. N. Sharma, and our media partners, Your Story, Mr. Shayant Singhal, Tehelkar, Mr. Vikas Bahuguna, Youth Time, Mr. Naman Sharma, and Jagran City Plus, Ms. Aparna Pandey. And Intas Pharmaceutical, Mr. Akhil, Mr. Samir, Mr. Sandeep, and Mr. Vivek. I thank each one of you that have come to the auditorium and have witnessed this and really motivated the crowd and motivated the organizers. Thank you very much, and I would like to have a group photograph. Mr. Bhatnagar, please join us. Mr. Bhatnagar is the General Secretary of the Madhubala Institute of Communication and Electronic Media. And he's the man behind the entire. And the man who is taking a photograph is going down, has been the Director of Photo Division, Ministry of Information and Broadcasting, Mr. Vasant Majganka. All right. Anybody left? All right. I like the remaining faculty members who are doing the jobs of different supportive supervision. Please also join over on the stage so that we can have another photograph. All the faculty members who have contributed towards making this a great success. All faculty members and the staff members, please join us. Hospitality, electrician, please join us and have a group photograph. All the faculty members, please join us. Okay. All right. So let's. I now request everybody to join for dinner. Okay. Okay. All right, please stand for national anthem.
I request you all to please rise for the national anthem.
हेलो, मैं आप सभी लोगों से निवेदन करूंगा कि अपनी सीटों पर बैठे रहें. धन्यवाद।
I would request everyone to please join us outside for the closing dinner. Everybody outside for the closing dinner.